Hey guys, and welcome back to Rant Bollox. Today we've got a nice, interesting commentary for you. It's Endgame. It's a awesome film. It was maybe one of our favorites from 2019. I know we talked about this on our last podcast, Paul. You enjoyed the film, I take it?
Oh yeah, I can't wait to watch this. I haven't watched this now in a few months.
You know,
Probably since last year.
The great thing about this is it's a 3-hour film, and I'm just looking forward to watching every second of it. I don't feel it's too long. I feel like it's perfect, and and you'll find out in the commentary. It's also a special edition commentary. My wife is here, Leah, and the reason why we brought her in is she's honestly seen the film. I'm not joking. Maybe over 20 times. She loves it. She's into all the Marvel, and she's got lots of Easter eggs, lots of things that I missed as well. I'm sure even things that you've missed, Paul. So we thought we'd bring her in as a treat. But I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Leah. Don't hype me up too much because I might not deliver, but I'm really excited to be here because these guys wouldn't let me on ever.
But you will deliver on Tuesday.
I will,
So
yes.
That's just one thing to note is my wife is we are expecting and on Tuesday. So it could even happen during this podcast. Maybe one of the villains or one of the heroes will
set me off.
Anyway, well, that's a nice little intro there. But I think
It does, you have to name it after that particular character.
Hilarious. I feel like we might do that.
Well, we already have Troy, so this one's going to be Des. Throwback to Ragnarok.
Yes, that's true. Des and Troy destroy.
Just put it in the comments if you vote for this baby's name to be Des.
We'll put the time code of when we start this in the description, but if you're listening to it, you're going to be following along anyway.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. I believe there's
For this movie that has everybody on the planet seen twice, and Leah's seen 20 times.
I know actually a few people that haven't, and I also know a couple of people that have only seen it recently because of the blackout and I say blackout, but the virus or whatever. So
Pandemic.
Blackout.
The blackout.
Playing games too much.
Too much. So the version that we've got is, I believe, is the same as everyone. So it's the same as iTunes, same as DVD. It's going to start on a black screen for a couple of seconds, and then we're going to go straight into Hawkeye with the bow and arrow. We'll let you know as soon as we press play. We're going to do a little countdown. So are you ready, Paul?
I'm ready.
So just for you viewers out there, we're going to do a 3, 2, 1 space bar play. So it's 3, 2, 1 play kind of thing. So all right, 3, 2, 1 play. Okay.
It's black. It's still black.
It's still black
forever.
We'll make sure.
Oh, it's an arrow.
You're seeing stuff, yeah?
Yeah. I'm not seeing your stuff. I'm seeing my stuff.
You better be.
Because we're all self-quarantining. What did you think about this after coming back for like a year? It was over a year and a half since Infinity War.
Yeah. I didn't know because the Infinity War ended on a bad note, which was awesome for like a Marvel Disney film to do. So I wasn't sure how they were going to start this off, and they start this off quite sad as well, don't they?
Yeah, I guess the impact of this is probably the biggest because out of all the Avengers, he's the only one who seems to have a life outside of the team.
A lot of people were asking where he was in Infinity War as well, and I think this kind of answers it nicely. So
yeah.
I don't think
none of
this was written after either. They always had this planned. So
yeah, I don't know if they've got this idea of. Well, I get the idea that like he loses his family and he kind of goes off the deep end. I just don't know if it's worth it or not. Like I don't know if it makes sense.
Him going off the deep end.
What about you? Like, does it feel like it's the kind of thing he would do?
Well, I feel like all the other heroes are kind of stable, though they're saying that. I've just thought about it, and Thor is not. But out of most of them, they're all quite stable. So it's nice to see someone that's a little bit more, I would say, realistic.
Yeah, I guess it kind of gives you the spectrum. You have the guy who kind of drinks himself to death, and the guy who tries to keep at it with Cap, and then you got this one, which is just like, oh well, screw everything, nothing matters.
And the other thing is when Thanos clicked his fingers in Infinity War, I kind of wanted to see like the planes come down and this kind of like what happened to the world. So I really, really enjoyed the first hour of the film because it's actually quite doom and gloom, but I enjoyed seeing that. I actually heard from a bunch of my mates that they didn't like it and they thought it made the film maybe a little bit too long, but I loved it. I think it's 22 films in the making. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, I think it would cheapen the first one if you kind of went into this and you're just like, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's all going to work out.
Yeah.
Side note,
also,
all of those characters that were just shown are none of the ones that were dusted were in that beginning credit.
Oh, so they didn't show the dusted ones?
No. None of the dusted.
This works well, I think, him and her, the dynamic.
Very much, yeah.
They've always been good for that. Between the Infinity War and this one, the way they team people up is kind of what makes the film work rather than having everybody in the same room and trying to deal with it.
Yeah.
You pair them off and then you get the interesting matchups like, oh, here's Thor and Rocket.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of him in Iron Man 1 in the cave a little bit. He's kind of like trapped. He doesn't know where to go. But I like that he's still positive. You know, he's still kind of cheery. He's joking around. But but also on the other side, he's just like, holy shit, you know, this might be the end, you know? And it was kind of a little bit like that in the cave for him as well. He didn't know what was going to happen.
I would say this is like, if you look at his story, this is like the end of the journey. Like he's in the cave and then his brain solves the problem and he fixes it and all that. But in this case, he doesn't. He can't think his way out of it anymore. So between failing in the last one and this, it's like he's at his lowest point.
Do you guys know, I don't know this, did they use any skinny stuff here? Did he just lose weight?
He wouldn't have lost weight. He's like 56. He's not doing that shit.
Okay. I didn't know.
He's like, I'm getting paid $75 million for this. I'm not losing weight.
He just did a Matt Damon where they just put the head on. So
you can make Ruffalo green. You can make me lose a bit of weight.
It's true.
The thing that I was gonna say with Hawkeye though, when I think about it, is they did mention when he kills all those samurai guys, and it's a good point of Thanos' click. It's random in a lot of ways. So it's, even though half the people are dead, that's bad. But for Hawkeye, it's like randomly all of his family had to get taken away.
But was he even aware of Thanos and the Infinity Stones? Like, he was on house arrest. So
no, I know that. I mean, like,
so technically his entire family just disappeared and he had no idea what happened.
He might have had some intel from some people maybe.
Well, he learns what happens because he does say that. It's like, everyone disappears and scum like you get to live or something like that.
Well, I'm sure he spoke to the Avengers after, and then it was just like, oh my god, this happened. You know, you should come in, help us. And he's like, and he just goes rogue. So, but yeah.
And I can see it as like, that would kind of break you. It'd probably break me. I'd probably turn into Hawkeye now that I've been shitting on him for a while. Screw this. What's the matter?
He's lost his whole family. Like, everyone he loves.
Yeah.
Gone.
The other thing is like,
that's bad luck because he has a daughter, 2 sons, and a wife, and they all got done.
Yeah.
He didn't even get like 50% of them gone.
That's
it's
true.
Like 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
The other thing that we're missing here is like we haven't seen Infinity War for a while. Though we saw it probably 3 years ago, but still, most people are watching this. It's been a year or whatever.
Leah's watching it right now.
Probably, yeah, most likely. So what he's going through is that Thanos threw a bloody planet at him. He lost Spider-Man, who he's supposed to protect. He saw a bunch of other like heroes go as well. He is down in the dumps. You know, it's just like he's just the lowest he could possibly be. He probably wants to get home to Pepper. You know, we're forgetting all of those things, and then he's stuck in space with some android. I love this. I always comment on music. I love this kind of tune here. It's very kind of alone, but it works really well.
They play this same song at the end of the movie.
Spoiler
alert.
They do. I did notice.
People aren't listening to our commentary to hear the movie. Al. Don't be a dick. They want to hear your insights about Tony's probably at a real low point in his life. Yeah, everyone's dead, and he failed at everything he ever wanted to do. I guess that's his thing, because he actually goes the other route, because now that I'm thinking about it, but yeah, they all take a different reaction to it to kind of represent it, and his one is just be like, just move on. Like, he goes off and has a kid with Pepper and just, it's over, we're done, we lost.
Yeah. Instead
of being like, Cap is still trying to be a hero or still trying to help people, and Tony's just like, I'm out, I'm done. I'm gonna be me and take care of me, because that's all I can do.
Yeah.
I wonder though, because when we see him later, he's in his cabin and it's kind of like off by a lake and stuff. But does he strike me as someone who's gonna give up everything? Like, do you think he still has all his suits and stuff underground, or just got rid of it all?
I think he's got his essentials. He's got we know he has them because he uses them. But I think he's got his workshop down there. I don't think he has like a massive. He's probably got maybe like maybe a bunker, but I reckon he's just got essentials.
Garage because he was making the suit for Pepper.
He's got like
for
his
their
Jarvis
anniversary
type
present.
system, but I don't think he has like hundreds of suits. He's probably got like 3.
But he doesn't need it because he got the nanotech, so he only needs that one because he created it out of his sweatsuit.
Has he still got that?
In Infinity.
You think he got rid of it?
No, he's Tony Stark. Around? No, he needs that. That's his life.
When does he get a? Actually, when does he get? He gets a suit on for the final fight.
Yeah, I guess so. Not for
but
a while.
They're back at the Avengers headquarters.
This is one of the saddest parts for Lear.
He lost
Captain
the beard.
Losing the beard.
This is the real tragedy.
It really is.
It's funny because not to bring in COVID, but as soon as we saw Justin Trudeau and he's got a beard, we all call it the Captain America beard.
And here's the Captain Marvel intro. The issue I have with Captain Marvel is that people are like, oh, you don't like it because Brie Larson and feminism. I'm like, no, it's just a shit movie and the character's dull. It's like, I don't care about who's playing it.
I will say it's done very quickly. Like they kind of rushed her in just before just the Avengers. They just squeezed her in just before.
Well, that's something I remember when Infinity War ended and they're like, well, why'd they kill so-and-so and why'd they kill Black Panther? And it's like, well, it's called the Avengers.
Yeah.
It's the Avengers that are left. The original, they're all here.
Of course.
And this is the end of their journey. So, the next movie you're going to have your Doctor Stranges and your Spider-Mans and your Captain Marvels. But for now, it's like, well, they've been doing this for 10 years. They deserve this send-off.
Oh, of course. It's been 21, 22 films. They can do whatever they like. And you need to make bold choices and bold things to stand out. The biggest thing about Infinity War, that it did end quite sad.
I didn't notice that before. Rocket holding Nebula's hand.
Yeah. That was a nice moment. I remember seeing that. I'm like,
For Rocket, too, because he always just seems so assholey.
It's Tony Stark, the heroin years.
It's coming up quite soon, but I was wondering when they were and how they were going to inject humor into it. And they do start with Rocket, don't they?
Yeah, I think he's the one who you automatically can get away with it because he's that kind of asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, I just noticed there's a bow and arrow behind Captain America there.
Oh, yeah.
Up on the wall. He did fail. You all failed. You're all idiots.
Didn't go for the head.
The other thing I was thinking with this movie, because we're watching now, we got the DVD. Like you said, you guys watched the other one 3 days ago or whatever. But part of the appeal for this is it's one of those few movies where you kind of wanted to wait, or like the wait didn't seem so terrible. Because it was such an event. Like, it's probably the biggest movie event I've lived through.
True, yeah.
And not just in the sense of it made so much money, but after Infinity War, and everyone's like, what happened? How's this going to end? What's going to happen? And then the anticipation for it was part of the fun. And like, I went on opening weekend. I know you went on opening weekend. And we've watched like 40 other times since then.
Yeah, I will remember it because Leah had our son, and I wanted to go see it with her, and I couldn't. But I saw it with my bro. But then it was the first movie we'd seen since our son was born together. And we got our parents to look after our boy. But we knew it was 3 hours. But yeah, I will always remember it because I was just like, I need to see this with my wife because we loved all the films. We'd seen all the films. So
yeah. And that's the thing. It's 10 years of watching these films.
Mm.
I don't think you're ever going to get that again. Even if they do another Phase 4 or whatever they're going to be doing. It's just going to seem like it's kind of repeating this.
Mm.
And this was like, we've talked about it lots of times. Like, Iron Man was a fluke, and they were kind of playing by ear for most of it. And then they're kind of like, Thanos. We'll do Thanos. We'll build up to that. But did you think, like in terms of the little lad? Well, he's probably already seen Infinity War 40 times in his mom.
Honestly, he has.
He loves it. He'll sit down through the whole thing.
But there's something kind of like generational. Like it's going to get lost in like 10 years or 20 years. Somebody's going to watch this Infinity War and then they'll watch the next one right after.
Yeah.
I think it kind of loses something.
Well, because
they
haven't seen the 20 odd films in the correct order, in the correct timeline. It took us 10 years to get here, so they're not going to watch it in the same kind of way, So
it is a weird thing to try and wrap your head around. You're like, oh, this is 10 years and now it's over, and it's 22 movies, and you could watch them all in like a weekend if you pushed yourself.
And they're still killing it, because I know we talked about it, but the Spider-Man film that came after this was excellent as well.
Yeah, Far From Home.
Yeah.
Still, I think he's probably going to come out of the next one the strongest, if they can keep him in the universe. If they can't, they're probably going to get rid of him.
Yeah, hopefully. I feel like he's back in though, isn't he? So yeah, with all the legal stuff.
The other thing with this, when the build-up was happening, like I know I avoided a lot of the trailers because I'm paying anyway. I'm gonna get my ticket on opening weekend. You don't have to sell me. But I noticed that after Infinity War, we all copped onto the fact that Marvel were savvy and that their trailers can't be trusted.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, we're gonna change their hair, or we're gonna change their costume in the trailer, so you're not gonna figure out what stage they're at.
Yeah, they did that. I want to say in Thor, wasn't it, with his eye? I think that was...
the eye was hidden for
Hulk
that.
In Infinity War.
Hulk in Infinity War trailer.
That's right. Yeah, I remember the Hulk one because I remember using it as like a cover photo, and they're all running in, and he's running in as well, and I was like, that never bloody happened. So.
But in the trailer for this one, they changed Scarlet Witch's hair, or not Scarlet Witch, Black Widow's hair.
Oh yeah, okay.
So you can't tell that 5 years have passed. So it just looks like it's kind of happening right after. And I have to say, I was surprised that they did what they did with Thanos so early. Yay!
I love this.
If you get a nod from Thor, it's good.
He swore.
So,
yeah.
You're watching this in the cinema, and it's go get the son of a bitch, and it's all happening very quick. Do you kind of see what's going to happen?
No, that's what I was saying. Like, it seemed like they knew what everyone expected, and then they didn't go that way. And the 5 years later is why I can kind of give this movie a pass for some things that other people might complain about, because Spider-Man didn't really deal with it. But from now on, you do have to deal with the fact that half the people disappeared. It had 5 years had passed, and the world has changed.
Yeah.
Now, if they don't do that in the next few movies, and they just kind of say, "Oh, everything's fine," I'd be pissed. But it's like you were saying of like the planes that crashed and the doctors who disappeared during surgery, and not even getting into that darker aspect, but like if you disappear for 5 years and then you come back, it's like, how does that affect the whole of your family and your friends and your job and all of that?
Yeah.
And they kind of just brush past, and it's like, oh, everybody's settled in and everything's fine. It's like, that sucks.
Yeah.
No, but they talked about that in Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah, they do show it there.
They talk about it because Aunt May has her whole group about people
also
showing up in your apartment and someone else is living there.
They show it with Ant-Man as well, wandering through the streets and seeing the gravestones.
Yeah. I'm going to give Spider-Man a kind of hall pass, because it's not quite Marvel. It gets that it's just off to the side a little bit.
Yeah, true.
In his own movies.
Yeah.
It's the next one of these. Like, what's the next Black Panther 2 gonna do, and what's Doctor Strange 2 gonna deal with, and that kind of stuff. Here he is, old Thanos,
picking his plants from his garden.
I do kind of not regret it, but I think it would have been interesting if they had kept him alive, because he's changed. Like, he got what he wanted, and he's not an asshole anymore, and he's not evil, but They could have gone into like, does he regret it? Does he feel fine? Is he whatever?
Did his snap do the entire universe? Like, that was his final plan, was to do everybody in the entire world? By the way, take a shot. Alex went for a pee.
Yeah,
in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, because they say it earlier, and it's the exact same thing that happens in the comic. He doesn't just kill Earth. He kills everybody, and he kills every living thing.
Oh, right, yeah, because they're on another planet. Never mind.
Yeah, but like he kills cows, sheep,
birds,
like every living creature. Half of them are gone. So in the comic, it actually starts like intergalactic wars.
Right. Okay.
Because, half the world disappears and you don't know what happened. Like, at least the people on Earth could hear about it, but everywhere else there's like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
And it just starts wars and there's chaos, and I wonder if they might go into that with like Guardians 3.
Well, and then that's where Captain Marvel was putting out fires.
And staying out of the movie.
Oh, the universe required correction. There you go. Oops.
Yeah, trillions of people dead. I don't know if this makes Thor's like journey better or worse. If the fact that like he ended up just killing Thanos so quickly.
Probably. Yeah, I don't know actually, because he's already going through that denial and the depression, I guess. So.
Yeah, because it's inevitable. We're getting pre-recordings.
No, but Thor is like very upset that he didn't, like, he was convinced that he could have stopped this because he did, like, Stormbreaker was embedded in his chest.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking I'm gonna be extra critical of it just because I love the movie, obviously, and it's great. It's just like it's not perfect.
No, I will defend it till I die.
Yeah, but like Thor's thing, I think they didn't quite hit on it enough. Was he does this, he kills him, and that's kind of like he's like, I did what I said I would do, and I failed last time. And it gets that moment where he gets the hammer back, and he's like, I'm still worthy. Mm-hmm. And I think in the movie, it kind of seems like he doesn't think he's worthy because he became fat and drunk.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think it should.
I read on that, and he fought to stay fat throughout the
entire film. No, I don't mind him being fat or drunk.
No, but he was depressed. He was going through a depression.
Yeah, but I mean, it came across in the movie like he's fat and drunk, and that's what he feels isn't worthy, rather than he didn't kill Thanos in time.
Mm.
Right, yeah.
They show his depression, which is great. But they not being depressed, but showing it. But I don't think they kind of hit the arc just right to show that, like, why he's depressed, but why he doesn't feel worthy of the hammer.
Because he didn't.
It kind of seems like he's like, oh, because he's fat, and it's like that's not right.
Yeah.
It's because
he didn't avenge. He didn't avenge like his brother Loki and actually kill Thanos.
He didn't do what he was supposed to do when he went and got Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
He went to get the Thanos killing kind.
Yeah, and he was arrogant and all that.
Yeah.
And this is, Leah probably knows that's the director or one of them.
Of course.
Yeah, of course you knew. I think he's also the first openly gay character in a Marvel movie.
Fantastic.
I didn't know that little tidbit there.
Well, this is good. Captain America taking on Falcon's old role at the V8, right?
That's right. That is definitely right.
Leading the groups.
Yeah.
Which is why
carrying it on.
It makes sense when Cap turns around and he gives Falcon the shield, because Falcon's the one who's actually teaching Captain America what to do. Mm-hmm. He's the inspiration for him to keep going.
I always struggled a little bit with Falcon and then Winter Soldier. Like, I feel like I guess he connects with both of them, but I always thought he connected more with Bucky, Winter Soldier, but at the end, he gives Falcon the shield. I don't know. I just thought it looks like he favors Falcon more, where I thought he should more Bucky, but
I think it personally he prefers Bucky as a friend, obviously.
Yeah, okay.
But
who's a
better Captain America?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Bucky
So if
was
you're
always
looking
a
at
bit
it
of
as
a shit when they were teenagers and just like
Yeah,
kind of a lover boy.
They're
kinda
buddies,
whatever,
but who
right?
actually is
But
worthy
Falcon
of it.
was like a better person.
Yeah.
And it's going to be real hard to be like, you're Captain America. Oh, you mean this former assassin for Russia? This isn't going to work out so well with the media. And we're recording this before Falcon and Winter Soldier have come out on the old Disney Plus.
Which is going to be sweet. And
I think the first one's WandaVision. That's coming this year, isn't it?
I would say it's all delayed.
I think everything's still.
Actually, just reading an hour before we started this, they've delayed all the Marvel films. I'm not sure for how long, but I think until next year.
Yeah, the Phase 4s.
Yeah. So
I saw a good YouTube video of the real time, or not real, well, yeah, real time. The real time snap. Have you seen that?
yes, yeah, people doing it for New Year's.
No, it's from the movies. They take all the Marvel movies.
Oh.
And then they take the start of this with Hawkeye family, and they take the moment on the roof with Ant-Man and the Wasp, and they just have like a split screen with like 4 or 5 of them, and they show exactly. Actually, it's like
yes, I have
6
seen
screens.
that. Yeah, I have seen that. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Because you can
because
see everybody in the same events as you see Thanos walking up to kill Vision and stuff.
Is that Ken Jeong?
it is
King
indeed.
Kong, yeah.
It is indeed.
Love it.
Another Community alumni.
Love him.
That's how, not how they started, but the Russo brothers did Community for a good while.
Did they?
Yeah, and they also did
Love Community.
Arrested Development.
That was my next question.
That's
was
why
like,
they had
what's
Blue
the
Man.
what's
in
the connection? So,
in the
They had Blue Man,
collectors,
and in Civil War, there's the Bluth family stair lift in the airport scene.
I like this scene. I just like seeing that straight or bug it up like that and stuff. And it's just, this is the effect it's having. So.
But like 5 years later, those garbage bags are not going to look that good. Like, why even put them out? They're not going to look. They're going to be scavenged.
Just leave the garbage in your house.
Pretty much.
Leah, mother of 2.
1 in 9 months.
I remember reading through all these things, being like, "Is that a name? Is that a name? Is that a name?" Trying to find like a Professor Xavier or something stuck up there.
Oh yeah. That would be cool actually.
Because we are in that world now of
Deadpool.
yeah.
Yes.
Looking for his name.
Their alphabetization
Excuse
is
me, out of the
awful
way.
on this. Like,
Yeah, you guys should record half of all humanity better.
well, you think this is just San Francisco though?
Do you think people would have actually done this? Like if half the world
No, there's
disappeared
no way you
tomorrow-
would even know.
You'd no way.
If
be
you're
able to
not
do
doing
that.
garbage pickup, the city and the government isn't
Yeah.
going to put up memorials.
It's very true. They're not picking up garbage. They don't have the time to bloody make plaques like the size of statues.
Yeah. We get this giant memorial garden, but
They
fuck
just
garbage
lost
day.
half their taxes, like, from the taxpayers.
Also, we're all aware, but Paul Rudd basically he just doesn't age, does he?
No.
So.
His children do. Because she was
Child.
12 and now she's 17 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because people are like, she's grown too much. I'm like, do you know what time does to people? Apart from Paul Rudd.
Well, when she's living on her own without a parent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
She's like
Burning all the garbage in the backyard.
throwing it in the neighbor's pile because who's going to care?
Do you think people got bored of robbery? They're just like, oh, this isn't even fun anymore.
Looting, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, old Tommy across the street hasn't come back. He must have been snapped out. I'll go rob his PlayStation. And then after like a couple of months, he got like 80 PlayStations. This sucks.
I like in the second Spider-Man, they're on the plane going to Europe, and then there's a couple of kids messing around, and the guy dobs on him and says like, "Oh, he was part of the what do they call them? The when they disappear, they called them something in Spider-Man. I can't remember.
Oh
what it
yeah,
was,
they had a stupid name.
but they were like,
Yeah.
anyway, he's drinking, he's underage, because he actually did disappear.
blip?
But
Was that
the
what they called
it?
blip,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
See, she's got her new hair now. Carol's got her new hair too.
Yeah.
So does
Rocket.
So does Rocket.
Yeah, he's got new too. I still don't understand how powerful she's supposed to be. Like, is she taking care of everything on thousands of planets?
Possibly.
All
That's
by
what she
herself.
just said,
Just going
yeah.
there, yeah, just going planet to planet. Like she said, they don't have the Avengers on those planets, so
She's doing what she can.
Yeah.
it's the universe. So yeah, it's so much to go through.
Yeah, she comes across at like a Superman level of power.
She got a lot of that energy source thrown into her. Like, she was really, like, she was the strongest. They were trying to, like, dumb her down in the movie. Captain Marvel. Jude Law's character.
That was a bad movie.
Samuel
Let's get
L.
back to
Jackson
this
was
good
the
movie.
best part of that movie.
Yes.
Which one?
Captain Marvel.
Oh,
And Goose. The
Oh,
cat.
Also,
Goose, yeah.
when you compare Black Widow to Hawkeye, you would think, oh, Black Widow's the one who's going to go nuts because she's the evil Soviet spy, but she's the one who's actually trying to be a hero, and she's the one who's hurt by it. And Hawkeye's the guy who's like, screw this, I'm going to go kill everybody.
Yeah, but she had red in her ledger, remember?
Yeah.
She's trying to be a better person.
But everybody who was in that ledger's dead, so you can do what you want. I don't know the bank any money, motherfucker. Old Chris.
He's so
And he's done
wholesome.
that too. I wonder if he'll pop back for a cameo.
Maybe we should have named the baby Steve. Or Roger.
Roger.
Or Chris.
All right, Roger. All right, Rog.
Rodney. Del boy.
And
It's
she's
a
got
baby.
her movie's delayed too. Black Widow's supposed to come out.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
so sad.
for sure.
Oh, yeah, because I was supposed to watch that before the baby came.
Yeah, that was supposed to be out now, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like just before the baby was supposed to come. Or is supposed to come.
Probably today, April 3rd, Friday.
I think
Easter?
so.
Yeah,
Yeah. Easter's next weekend.
whatever. There are no days anymore.
Sure.
We're in the end game now.
We're in the end game.
It's just like nickname Corona to Thanos.
I do miss my theory though that everybody got trapped in the soul ring or soul gem, soul stone, whatever. I still think that would have been cool.
Oh yeah, you did mention it. Yeah, yeah. That was on our other commentary when we were
But they
talking
got all
about it.
dusty.
Yeah, they got all dusty, but so did
Yeah.
Gamora, and Gamora's like a 8-year-old kid still in there.
Oh my gosh, it's been Black Widow's been delayed until November 6th.
Maybe it'll just drop straight onto Disney Plus.
Maybe.
Yeah, they just did that with Onward. I think Onward came out today. They're on the Disney. That was one of their first ones. I guess Frozen 2, then Onward.
Yeah.
So, in terms of size, this is the longest movie they've made. It's the most expensive movie they made. It's the movie that made the most money.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's kind of hard to go beyond this.
I know it's like a peak thing, but like I mentioned again, like they still did really well with Spider-Man after it. So
So if you watch the trailer, I think they change her hair in the background so it doesn't have that.
oh yeah, why would they
Okay.
do that though?
Because then you can't see that they've.
Red is
been
like her
fighting.
natural color, and then it's grown out to red, and she's just never gotten it
Oh,
done
so it's-
again. And she was blonde at the end, like in the beginning of Endgame. She was
Yeah, she got
just
a little
blonde.
bob kind of blonde.
So she's just let her hair grown out over the time. It's a hairdresser.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you're watching the trailer, you're like, why is her hair different? Because, you know, everyone goes like frame by frame on those things.
Yeah, very true, very true.
It must be really weird for him. He played it pretty good now that I think about it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's only been a couple of hours.
Yeah, true.
Where's Avengers head out? It's in New York.
Upstate New York.
So
yeah.
he got from San Francisco to New York in his van.
Well, there's no traffic anymore.
Well, no, there is. There's still half of people.
Half the people, yeah, but that's still pretty good. That means he goes twice as fast.
Yeah, it's true. Everything's supposed to be better, right? Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's people now who've got like a whole bunch of like spin-off stories of like what the world is like afterwards and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you could be critical. You got to take the film for what it is as well.
Yeah. The comic version, it's obviously more comic booky and biggy cosmic kind of stuff. But not usually, but what happens was Thanos makes everyone disappear, and then it's about a week or something, and then the good guys win and they click everybody back. I think they might even reset time or whatever, but everyone gets sent back home and everything's fine and everything's dandy and there's no consequence. It's like a typical comic kind of like wrap everything up in a bow.
Right.
Which is why I appreciate this of like, it's 5 years later, they have their whole time heist thing, but the time heist doesn't reset time, which is usually the kind of get out of, it's why time travel movies kind of suck. It's like, well, why did we watch this? There's no consequence. Whereas with this, there are consequences. There are, like, not just Scarlet Witch. I keep saying Scarlet Witch. Black Widow keeps getting killed. But he gets killed, and, Tony disappears, and there's a new Captain America, and people do have to deal with being 5 years later. And she's still alive, so she might become, like, Iron Maiden or something.
Yeah, you never know.
Because if they had imagine they had just done this movie, they time travel back, they get the stones, they click, and then we're back at the end of Infinity War in Wakanda. You'd be like, well, why would you spend all that money?
Yeah.
You didn't need to make the movie.
Well, it's good for them because they get different streams they can do, different movies they can get out of it as well. If they just went back to Infinity War of what we saw, it just deletes everything they've just been telling.
Do you think they'll do something with Morgan? Do you think they'll develop it?
I don't actually think so.
They didn't do much with her character in this movie, though.
Yeah, she's
like, I know she's just a little kid. I get that, but like
this 4-year-old isn't engaging me.
I mean, foreshadowing isn't like I like cheeseburgers just like her dad did. Like you can't really run off of that.
They might.
Maybe she changes so the Iron Man suit runs on cheeseburgers. Think about it. Science, quantum mechanics, quantum burgers.
Well, she's got Happy, so maybe Happy will help her out.
They might tease her in, like, say, another 5 films. To say if it was like Thor 3 or Guardians of the Galaxy, 3 or something like that. They might have her as still a teenager or something in that, and then if people are liking what happened in that, maybe do some more. And like in that film, maybe she does an Iron Man type thing,
Yeah.
You never know.
I was just thinking, like, if you're doing a real long game, which, Kevin Feige does, you can sprinkle in these ideas of, like, who's the next generation.
Well, yeah, because they could get Spider-Man, because he's still only, like, 16, 17, and she's, like, 5.
Mm-hmm.
So this just proves, though, that Pepper was pregnant at the beginning of Infinity War, because he had that dream that she was pregnant. That's what they were talking about before Doctor Strange came to get him.
I don't think it was a dream. I think Tony probably got bloody Jarvis the scanner or something. He's a dickhead. That's
and they named her after Pepper's uncle, Morgan.
Paul Rudd dropping it out.
Being serious.
Yeah. I think they're nearly the same age, those two. See, look, she saved her father. She's a hero, Leah. Give her the respect she deserves. The one thing that bugs me about Tony Stark's house, beautiful house, beautiful cabin.
Yeah.
Is that if you look in the background, there's a couple of other houses on the lake.
Yeah.
He's too rich to have neighbors.
I don't believe the cabin in the woods thing. I can't believe that he would go settle in a cabin in the woods with Pepper reading about composting. I just don't see that.
I think he's so, after Thanos threw a moon at him, and he's seen, like again, Spider-Man disappear. He's just defeated, but then it takes Paul Rudd to kind of show him there is possibly time travel.
Yeah. Remember this? Remember when you saw this for the first time? I wonder how long Ruffalo was like sitting on this, because he must have been dying.
I love that it's slowly we've got humor back into it, but we're still in quite dark times, But I love how they're injecting it in.
But he's still in a fully functioning, working diner in New York City.
Yeah.
So clearly not everything's messed up.
You can still get eggs, so not all the chickens are dead.
It's true. There's no limit. Like right now.
Would it make you become more concerned with the world or less concerned with the world if everyone just died? I'd probably be the Hawkeye route. Like, yeah, fuck everything.
Yeah.
I love how small the phone is.
I love how in a movie the diner's not that full though, Leah. They're barely scraping by.
There's a lot of cars outside. Look at that. 2 just passed each other.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a truck.
That's the same one. I looped around.
Really does.
Hulk was in the diner.
Looks like they're running at like 50% capacity.
Oh, another car.
That's what the movie's devolved.
So another car.
They're all white too. Why is everyone just buying white cars? I appreciate that the kids recognize the Hulk, but they don't recognize Captain America.
Yeah.
He's so out of the world now.
Yeah.
There is also the sense that like the Avengers aren't really as needed anymore. It's kind of like everyone went into shock and.
Yeah, but they were still all like prisoners of war and hiding, right? Like when Infinity War happened.
I like that he's at a cottage, but he's got a fancy kitchen. His wooden shelves have lights.
You want those now?
I do. I've just seen them, and I'm going to contact Tony. Where do you get those from?
4 years difference between Robert Downey Jr. and Paul Rudd.
Okay. And
nice little foreshadow there. They had the photo of his dad.
Robert is older?
1969 is Paul Rudd, and 65 or whatever, yeah.
Okay.
Downey.
So this is where you're saying, I wonder if he's kept his suits and stuff. Like, I think he's got his essential Iron Man ones, but he's always going to be... You can't take the researcher, scientist out of him. That's in his DNA.
I'm trying to think ahead. Like, when he does finally put the suit on, is it a nano suit?
I want to say it is, because it's all the technology from Black Panther, from Wakanda and stuff.
Yeah, he's still got the ability to suck up like Thor's lightning and spew it back.
It's quite cool to see his suit evolve, because in Iron Man 1, obviously, we know what it is. It's basic. In Iron Man 2, on the F1 race course, you remember, he gets flipped over or whatever in a car, but he has like a mobile suit of him, but it's in a briefcase. And then now he's got like one that can grow out of, a coffee mug or something,
And in Infinity War, he has that thing that he became his standard of like missile launch suits that can come from everywhere.
Yeah.
The first Avengers had that. And
That's right.
He comes and links onto him because of his bracelets.
That's right.
They're always smart in like showing that he progresses.
And even in Infinity War, where he's fighting Thanos, like it's kind of growing itself back as he's hitting him, but it can only do so much. Because remember, if Thanos like smashes his face, you could see his face through the suit.
I think for the limited time they have to set up him and his family, it kind of works.
It definitely does. And that whole "I love you 3000" is such an awesome line.
Yeah. That came from his own children. Robert Downey Jr.'s daughter said that to him, and they added that in.
Oh yeah,
really?
That's cool. That is cool. I love this where he goes back to Pepper and he's just like, you were in the low.
Yeah.
This is the worst coupling
Love that.
in Marvel history. Pepper Potts and Gwyneth
Worst
Paltrow.
couple?
It's the worst couple.
I think
hate her.
it's actually pretty good.
No, I hate her.
I know, but you don't like her out of the Marvel universe. But what
I don't
about...
like her just in general.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's not to do with her as a person.
Yeah.
No, and her character. I don't like
I
her
think they
character
actually
either.
work in this because they're quite opposites. So.
No, it's just a completely... I don't know. No.
But it's okay. She'll be in the next movie. She's going to be her own Iron Woman.
Yeah.
No.
There's a name for that. I can't remember what it is. She has a name. Nah, I'm not going to look it up. I don't care. She's never going to be in the movies again.
No. She's too busy with her goop line.
Goopta.
Goop.
I wonder, because he did Doolittle, and apparently that wasn't very good.
Mm-mm.
I wonder if he's kind of like, oh crap, I can't believe I gave up the biggest paycheck I could ever get. Easy money. I don't even have to turn up on set. They CG me with the helmet.
I think he's probably got an agent saying, "Okay, we screwed up, but try the next one. Let's try the next one." A bit like Wolverine. Not that he screwed up. Like he's done good stuff since, but like I think he'll land a good one eventually. I think that was just a one-off Doolittle.
Yeah, but think
He
about
also
all of his
doesn't work
other
that much.
movies.
What's that?
Like Sherlock Holmes and...
Well, Sherlock Holmes wasn't bad. The first one, I didn't
second one was
particularly like the others. But
There was rumors of a third one coming out.
actually, I think there is
Thought
one.
there
I think it
was,
is
yeah.
coming out. I'm almost positive it is.
I kind of like the movie's got so much to get through it, and you could harp on that. Oh well, Tony solved time travel in his basement in like 5 seconds. But you're like, it doesn't matter. It's not the point of the movie. Let's just move along.
Yeah.
Oh, Sherlock Holmes 3, 2021.
You think of Iron Man 1, like you said, and he's like trying to build just an Iron Man suit, and it's like an hour of the movie is taken up with him and his experiments and doing this, and it fails and crashes.
Yeah.
And like he makes a suit in a day now, and with like time travel, he's just like, oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Got it.
Captain. He loves Captain.
When you were watching it in a cinema, like everyone was just laughing, at all the scenes. I've never seen a cinema be like that during any film. So
Yeah. It also it helps with the pacing when you think about it, because we're like 40 to 50 minutes into a movie now, and Thanos is dead, and you're still haven't figured out what's going to happen. So you got to have like some humor to build it up.
of course,
It's a baby.
so good, so good.
You could almost see this movie turn into 4 or 5 hours long.
Easily.
Yeah, at least half an hour of cuts, like 45 to an hour of like footage they probably wanted in. So good.
Ruffalo's just the best.
Yeah,
He's got such perfect timing.
all of them are. They just nailed it. All the characters are just great.
Well, that's like if we're gonna take a quick swipe at Justice League, is like these people are interesting to see together.
Yeah, and they
It's
can
not
and
just
they,
like
and they can
Captain
hold
America
it on.
is hanging out with the Hulk. Isn't that cool?
They all have
But they
their
can
own
all
relationships.
handle their own film as well.
Yeah.
So
But even just when they're in a room together, you're like, these feel like people in a room together, like they're actual connected.
yeah,
I love how he misses. They have to go
Ruffalo is
back.
the one who didn't get the tattoo, isn't he?
who?
The Avengers tattoo.
Oh, in
All
real
the
life?
all the original Avengers got like an A7
didn't get
or
one, sir?
something. Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What a loser! I hate him.
All the originals got a matching tattoo, a Avengers tattoo. Except for Mark.
Well, maybe he doesn't have any tattoos. Though.
Yeah.
Maybe that's his thing.
I think no, it's because he's afraid of needles.
His body is a wonderland.
I got a tattoo.
No, you didn't.
Avengers tattoo.
I would get
A
one
giant
before
A
you would.
across his face. Like Mike Tyson. The other great thing with this movie is that just because of the time travel elements of it, it naturally wraps up the story of the last 10 years.
Mm.
It lets you realize the journey they've all been on, where they've all come from. You get to see characters that were dead, like one last time. You get to see Loki and the Sorcerer Supreme and all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't feel forced. It's not like, oh, well, we have to have a cameo from so-and-so and such and such. Again, it's a weird movie in that it has to tell a story, but it also has to wrap up the careers of Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans. I guess Ruffalo's still in it, but they're all kind of hitting the... We said, like, Tony has to... Not Tony. I can't get him his real name. Robert Downey Jr. might come back. His agent's like, oh, well, you threw away that. But I don't think Marvel would give him another contract. He's too expensive.
Yeah.
So it's like a goodbye from both sides. And now you get your nice little montage sequence. Little comedy, a little catchy music. It's feeling like a Marvel movie again. It's kind of weird how Ant-Man started this whole journey. Like he's like, we can quantum tunnel, we can do everything, and now he's just a joke. He's like the stupidest guy on the team. Yay, Hulk's a nice guy.
Gives him his taco. Where'd they get tacos?
They have Tony there. They're rich. They can order tacos.
So technically, Iron Man's back. He could be like rebooting his entire Iron Man suits right now during this time.
I love the little touch of the car keeps hitting the ground there. It's sparking. Because Hulk is so heavy.
Welcome to Asgard.
New Asgard. New and improved. This seems like a great place to set up Thor 3. It would be like a fun town to have him in.
Yep.
Like just have him as new Thor in like this world hanging out.
Which is it? Well, when is it going to start? Because at the end of this, he's going off with the Guardians. Yeah. But then he'll be in the Guardians.
Thor 3 is called Thor
Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
And
she's
bringing
in it.
back Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman's in it. I think Ruffalo's signed up for it too. Hope so.
Oh, Valkyrie. And our favorites.
Did it make your heart sing, Al, when you got to see who's now housemates with Thor?
Oh, Alex went for his second piece. So those who are not paying attention, take your second shot.
Yeah.
But he's back now. He's back now.
I thought it was good when you finally got to see.
You guys, I know in your Infinity War commentary, you were all wondering about Korg and Meek and whether or not they survived the snap.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
This is the best part.
This just got absolute laughs in the cinema. And Leah got me the Fat Thor pop cap guy for Christmas as well, with a pizza in his hand.
And the Gamer Korg.
And Korg.
Gamer Korg.
Meek and Korg.
Noob Master. It's just so good.
The Rocket's face.
I think the key with Marvel movies that people don't get is like it's real hard to do that, to go from where you started to have a movie that's now got like silliness and Thor screaming at a child gamer. We go from Thor cutting a guy's head off to being
opening his beer off a Stormbreaker.
Yeah. That was my biggest worry, is that they were just going to inject this humor and it wasn't going to go well, or it wasn't going to be funny and they were just going to go dark with it, but they got a nice balance.
Yeah, it's the tone, and you got to have like a good idea of the characters. So like, is the character ready to do this? It's like, okay, this character would tell a joke, that character wouldn't, and they keep true to that, and they don't just kind of force it in, like you said. I think that's why Captain Marvel annoyed me, because it kind of seemed like they were trying to force her to be a character she's not.
Yeah, and I feel like they forced her into the universe right before Infinity War. I think,
but a lot of time passed between like her movie and when Infinity War happened.
Yeah, but in like because our time,
real world.
So,
yeah. No, I know, I get that. It's
I just
like
think they tried to
Woman
make
thing.
her a mix between Captain America's, seriousness and resolution, and Tony's kind of like quippy, jokey, loose style. I was like, you can't do that. You gotta pick a character trait. You gotta make her own character.
Yeah.
Also, the movie was terribly structured. But enough shitting on Captain Marvel.
I don't remember you shitting on it as much in our review.
I know. I've had to. I think I watched it again last year.
You've had
before this
time
came
to
out.
think
I'm
about
like,
it.
Oh my god, this is shit. Yeah, I did. I watched it last year, and I think about it.
Yeah, but she was in the army, and when women weren't accepted to be pilots, and she was a test pilot, so she was a very serious character.
It was just the way it's laid out. We'll go into it.
Okay.
They did it backwards. That's it. Ironically, in a movie we're watching about time travel.
I think we should put a hashtag or some kind of comment. If someone comments what we say, in the comments, then congratulations for watching with us. What should we say? What's our hashtag? What's our call sign or whatever it is?
Hashtag Noobmaster.
That's it. That's it right there. If you put Noobmaster, we're impressed for watching.
I go hashtag doesn't Troy.
You can do that one as well.
Well, Ragnarok, Hulk, Thor, Rocket. No, Rocket wasn't in it. Never mind.
No.
Korg and Meek.
Get out, Leah. You've ruined the professionalism that has been the hallmark of this podcast for years. It's only been going for years because we do one per year, but that's not the point.
Well, we do maybe like 20 per year, but I only put one of them up.
Have you know, I have re-listened to most of your commentaries over and over and over at work.
I can't tell how much of this is CG and how much of this was done. Because it's a one shot. If you watch it from the start, this is all a one take.
Okay, yeah.
And that's a real move. This looks like it's fake rain, but a real building. It's really well done. That could have been a cut there. But I'm watching it thinking, that's pretty impressive.
I feel like 80% of it's real, and then they've just added some extras.
Like, this is really good. The background all back there, that's all fake. There's no way you close off a street that big for a scene like this.
Right.
Waste of money.
Also, the dude, unfortunately I'm not very good with names, but he's quite a famous actor.
Yes, he is.
So.
He was in I know. Yeah, he's a Japanese actor. He's been in a lot of good movies.
I know him.
Just can't name one.
I know him from Last Samurai. I know he's in that for sure. But which is ironic because he's got Samurai right now. But he's been in a lot. He's been in a lot of space films as well. I want to say like Sunshine or something.
It's not Sunshine, but he's in. Oh yeah, there is something he's in.
Yeah,
I think it's not Life. That's the Ryan Reynolds.
Sunshine,
no, is it?
The Wolverine.
It's not. It's on the tip of my tongue. Event Horizon. Is he in that? Is it maybe that one?
Event Horizon's the old one. That's the one with.
That's with Sam, the guy from Jurassic Park, isn't it?
Yeah,
Sam Neill.
Sam Neill and Lawrence Fishburne.
Everyone's just screaming at us for not knowing names or films or anything.
People just watch the movie. Stop giving out to us.
Hiroyuki Sanada. Right?
I don't know.
I know they had to tell the story.
I IMDb'd it. He's in Sunshine, the Twilight, Samurai.
Al was right. He's in Wolverine.
The Wolverine, Avengers, Minamata.
But isn't it? He's in a sci-fi film.
Westworld.
It is Life. I was right.
Life.
Okay.
Yeah. I knew I shouldn't have questioned myself.
I've not actually seen it.
And he's in Sunshine.
I want to see Life.
He's the captain.
Because I know it's Jake Gyllenhaal as well, isn't it?
I'm the captain now.
I'm the captain now. He's in. Life is on Netflix. Watch it on Netflix. Not right now. Watch this with us. As we give you bad names and forget everything that happened.
I do feel
Search
like
IMDb
I
while
do
we're
feel like this
watching.
scene's a bit quick, as in like he's just gone crazy for I don't know how long, how many years he's been killing people.
No, but he's been
then
waiting
now
for
he's
someone
just-
to come after him.
I
He's
guess
been
so.
No,
waiting.
I agree
but
with all. Like it's
It's a little bit quick. Like he's killed like hundreds of people, and now he's just like, all right, I'll go in, I'll become an Avenger again.
I don't even mind that he kills people. The Avengers are not like they never made themselves out to be purists, at least in this incarnation.
I feel like because
And him and her are both secret agents. Like they work for Shield. They're murderers.
I just want to see a little bit more of him being like, I don't know, depressed.
Yeah. Him and Thor. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like it rushes through a bit too much of the emotion because they've got so much to cover.
Thor's a little better because he meets his mum and stuff, and that
Yeah.
it kind of. But Hawkeye, from now on, like now we see him, he's in his suit and he's back to normal again.
Yeah.
Like I would,
Like he has a moment here where they give him a risk, like it's a risky thing, and
Yeah.
he's like, "I'll do it," because he doesn't care. He has no.
yeah.
He's got a
He's got
death
nothing
wish.
to live for, yeah. His family's gone.
Although yeah, I guess it's just levels. I don't think the scene when he goes back and almost gets to see his daughter is enough to give him the hope.
Not quite.
But it's there.
He
Like,
didn't
there's
see her, he
enough,
only heard her.
yeah, they have enough. Like you said, like with Thor's mom, there's enough basics there of like this is the important parts. This is what we're trying to convey.
Did he always
Like
have?
they're not ignoring.
Those
Sorry to butt in.
tattoos?
Did he always, have tattoos?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, the tattoos are new. The hair's new. He's cool.
Okay. Hipster.
Kill
Hipster.
baby. Thanos. Doesn't brings the future.
Actually, I haven't seen any on-screen or on-set stuff. Liam might have checked it. How did Ruffalo do this? Was he wearing a mocap suit? Was he like standing on a pedestal or like a box for that thing, and everyone had to look up at him?
I've
Well-
definitely seen screenshots where he is doing that.
Yeah,
So it must
because he's
be.
Hulk throughout the whole movie. He has no more banner scenes.
He must do. I don't know, I'll look it up.
I love how he explains this, but people still get confused by it. Like, no, but you can time travel. It's like, no, he just explained how time travel does or doesn't work. But it's only one scene and they rush past it.
I love them calling out like Back to the Future and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. But what was it? Somebody said to me. Crap! I can't remember. One of the films they mention is connected to one of the actors in Avengers, or one of the films in the Marvel universe.
Right.
Like there's an actor in one of those movies or something that's in the Marvel universe. So that means in the Marvel universe is an actor who looks just like one of the characters in Marvel.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna bug me. I'll have to think of it later and look it up. I'll post it in the comments. Hashtag Noobmaster.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah, it does give him enough idea that he could have this again. It reminds him of who he was.
That's true. That is true. Like he's got the glove there. That's the last time he saw them.
Yeah.
It gives him
Wasn't the
hope
last time
again.
he saw them? That wasn't the last because they went back.
He tries to
Back.
tries to remove the tattoos.
Oh, there they are. They're not dead.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that shows how desperate he is. He's willing to risk that timeline, you know.
Well, how would you feel if you
I
lost
know.
me and
I know.
Troy and me,
I'm just
baby?
saying. I'm saying how it portrays.
And you were like a stone cold killer, and I mean that screws with a guy.
I guess the difference, it's the timing of it. Like, this scene works to give him the hope, but it's like how she just walked up to him in the rain and just said, "Hey, I've got an idea."
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool.
I'm sure she's like tried to reach out to him many times, but he's been hiding. He is still a spy, but they've been keeping track of him. That's what they were talking about in the beginning when they were all in their virtual characters. Anyways, never mind. Fine.
At least coffee shops are still running.
Well, there's no garbage hole here, so garbage pickup's still happening.
It's just there's so many characters. The fact that they're even able to juggle everybody's moments is a big deal. Most people can't get like a single superhero in a movie right.
I know.
But these guys are running through. How many people are in that room? 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9.
It's just so good.
He's changed so much from the original Thor.
Yeah.
As an actor, like they just kind of like, oh man, he's really funny.
That was Taika though. Taika like brought him there. He had it in him and he wanted to do it, but Taika let him.
I think I would say it kind of happened a little bit earlier than that. I think it might have been Joss Whedon who did it. Because you remember in Avengers, he's Thor, and he's got a bit of comedy. Like he shifts back and forth between comedy. He has probably the best line in the movie.
He was adopted.
He was adopted. He has good delivery, and I think if you remember Age of Ultron, he kind of switched into being that more funny character. You have that whole scene about lifting the hammer and things.
Yeah.
They played off him being like the arrogant kind of guy, but it was still in a funny way.
Mm.
And which makes sense because Joss Whedon's got a good comedy background, so he'd be able to write that kind of stuff for people. But Taika is definitely the guy who's like, yeah, run with it, do what you want.
I love that. Just Hulk's just going, cut it off, man, cut it off.
They're all just like, what is happening?
So good. Big ass Ben and Jerry's there.
Oh yeah.
That's a hunk of hunk of fudge. Is that what it's called?
Hulka burning fudge or something.
Yeah. Nice reference to Infinity War. Wait, I'm an ice cream.
Wong.
Yeah. If you want perfect delivery, you just gotta wait for Paul Rudd.
I do have an issue with they're working out. Well, in a minute they're working out like where all the stones are and who goes where.
Way to talk over it, Alex.
Sorry, but where everyone goes and where all the stones are, where everyone goes. Did Nebula not tell them that whoever goes to this point, someone's gonna die?
She can't tell them.
So
she can't because then you won't get the Soul Stone.
Lee, if you would listen to our review on this movie.
Yeah, but if
this was one of the issues I had with that. That's probably the weakest scene in the whole movie for me.
Yeah.
But if she tells them that they have to make an ultimate sacrifice, then nobody's gonna go.
Leah has a good point.
But that's the thing. I think they would. I think that would be a better.
Yeah, but it's not
if
making that sacrifice though. It's not. Yeah, I don't know. I think that the intent has to be there.
It's a little bit like Doctor Strange.
It.
He went through all those outcomes, and then he says, "We're in Endgame now." Wouldn't tell them what it's like, what happens, and even with Tony saying, like, "Is this what's supposed to happen?" He goes, "I can't tell you." I think Nebula is probably doing the same thing. Like, I can't tell any of these people that that's going to happen because it could have been Tony and Captain America that went there.
This is where we have an Iron Man and Captain America moment, a man. Like, bromance moment. Tony hasn't heard a Captain America speech in a long time.
Yeah. Nobody has.
It's the fight of our lives. Look at his face. Look. See? Tears.
Whatever it takes.
Look, it's just emotion.
Last case of emotion.
I love how Ant-Man's just in love with him.
Yeah.
That's America's
I also love how
ass.
that's like, they're just doing that because that's what all the audience are thinking. It's like, he's really good at that. Emotion. Here's what I'll say about the Nebula thing. I agree with the idea that if you go there to Vormir, knowing that you're going to kill the other person or you have to sacrifice them,
Yeah.
it won't work.
Yeah.
you have to get told by, weird old Red Skull.
Yeah. Floating red dude.
Yeah. But Nebula didn't know that.
She just knew that Gamora died. She didn't know anything about what happened.
Right. So it's not like she's doing it on purpose. She's not like making that choice. She's just kind of like
she
Nebula.
Didn't know.
Yeah,
like,
actually,
well, my sister didn't come back.
Yeah. What did you think of this? Did you know this was going to happen in Endgame? Like they were going to go back like this?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like for the movie,
no tattoos.
Thinking, like,
yeah, no tattoos.
If I had known this would happen, I might have got annoyed.
Right.
But because it happens, and I remember watching in the cinema, I was like, oh, this is exactly what you should do. You've got 10 years of stories to wrap up.
So good. So good.
Let's bring it back. Let's show it again. And, like, New York is probably the best one out of all of them because of this. You see proper old Crazy Hulk, and then you see New Hulk embarrassed by his entire existence. Tony hasn't really changed in this. Like he's still like goofy Tony, but like everybody, it's probably my favorite moment is is when Cap.
It's really good.
It's when old Cap meets new Cap.
Oh yeah, Cap v Cap.
I could do this all day.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. Oh, you gotta be shitting me! Like it just works because it's like in those few moments you can see how this guy has changed in 10 years.
And even the classic lift, where he goes into the lift, and then you're just like, oh, we know what happens here, and he just kind of resolves it by Hail Hydra.
I think this was a weird mix-up, but it kind of works, especially when she pushes him out of his own chest.
Yeah.
Instead of, because it looks like it's another one of those reversals of, oh, Hulk is the strong guy, he's going to go and fight her. And he's like, oh no, Banner has to convince her. He has to use the brains and not the brawn.
And really, if you think about it, because we were watching this the other day, he's got one of the easier jobs in a way, because he just basically says at the end of it, doesn't he? He just says, Strange
gave it away.
And that's
but he didn't know that's what he needed to say.
I know, but all I'm saying is like the rest,
Loki's not in it.
I think Thor does such an excellent job here because I'm so annoyed of him being drunk and annoying. He's screwing things up, and you're just so annoyed. You're just like, oh, if you just kept quiet, you could have got this thing so quickly.
It's one of those things that people like don't quite. Like, movies get a bit bland sometimes. Like, everybody's likable, everybody's nice. It's like, no, sometimes annoying characters should be annoying, and sometimes things shouldn't go smoothly.
I only just spotted the bear. There's a bear on the side there.
You just put it down.
Yeah, I didn't even spot that.
Let's go to get some mead. Weird. Now, what are we, like an hour and a half in? Hour 10 in. And we still haven't seen Thanos.
And you've only shit on Justice League once.
I know.
But
it's impressive, like, to have a movie that by now a regular movie is over, and we haven't even got a bad guy yet.
It's true.
It's a testament to these characters that after so many films and so many years that you're interested enough just to watch them. Doing stuff.
I remember watching this and looking at my watch in the cinema, thinking, "Please say there's quite a lot more to go." Like in a good way. Like I wanted more and more and more.
Yeah, because it is a bit sad when you think like we'll never get this again. It's terrible, sad making. But do you think this was the ending? Was this a good enough ending for everybody?
I think so. I think they did. I think they addressed it for, for the hardcore fans, for the casuals, for the noobs and stuff. I think it was a nice rounder. You can't ever please everyone, but I think they did a good job of hitting the mark for most of it.
Definitely did better than Game of Thrones. So.
Yeah. Didn't shit the bed there.
Just out of nowhere, Thor just starts riding a dragon around Asgard. The one thing I would have liked to have seen more of, and it's a small thing, and it only happens after I've watched the movie, was the stones themselves didn't get used enough. Like, I would have found it really interesting, and this was just, there's 6 stones, there's 6 Avengers, each of them gets one, and they have to fight Thanos.
Interesting, yeah. There's so much you can do, I guess. Maybe they had that idea, but they would have put another hour on the film, you know?
Yeah. I also get that, as in most incarnations, the entire Avengers are based around that trio. It's Iron Man, it's Cap, and it's Thor.
Yeah.
And the Captain America thing at the end is probably one of the most fun things I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, it's the scene of scenes.
And it only works because it was 10 years in the making.
Yeah.
And it's from that Age of Ultron little nugget, and the Russo brothers ran with it, and they said, we can do this, we can run with this.
For sure. Everything from his facial expressions to him getting up off the ground is all 10 years in the making, you know?
And it's great. And then it leads into, obviously, the portals, and they all appear scene, and everyone's just like, oh, yeah. But I still think, like, the stones were kind of just brushed aside a little too quickly.
Yeah, totally. Because even in Infinity War, I remember he used them a lot. Like, I remember he used, like, the reality one or something with the Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, like, he split them all into pieces. They showed him using the time one. They showed him using, like, many of them. But, but in this film, I guess they don't be used
But
at
how
all,
are
do
they supposed to use them? They don't have the power to hold on to them.
But, like, individuals, maybe?
Yeah, an individual one. Like,
They have no idea how to use them. Except
but that's what I thought
would
would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you're rewriting a movie, that's pretty great already. Now that they're all going to pick up individual stones, they all come together with individual stones to fight a Thanos who's probably got, say, 4 stones collected.
Right.
So it's like pretty cosmic level battles. But on the other side, obviously, the main point of the final ending was to give those characters their dues, and going all cosmic and super crazy might have been a bit too much. It's like, let's just have Cap pick up the hammer and hit him in the face with it. No one's going to complain about that. But it's not even a complaint about the movie. It's just one of those things of, you built the stones up for 2 movies, and they kind of...
Well, Thanos had to use them had to use the Power Stone individually to punch Carol Danvers.
Yeah, and if they had a round with that, like, he's got 1 in his hand now, and the glove has 5 left on it.
But he didn't even know, like, because Thanos didn't even really know how to use them all at that point.
That's why it
he
could have
just
been
got
cool,
them, like, bam.
Yeah. Like, if he had said he's got the 2 he had at the start of Infinity War again, so he's got, like, around this point, and he has the Power Stone and the Space Stone, so he can teleport and is super strong, and they have to beat him with the Soul Stone, the Mind Stone, the Time Stone, the Reality Stone.
Does he have any of them right
now?
No, I don't think he does he? No.
Because this is Thanos 5 years back, isn't it?
Yeah.
2014.
8 years back or something, yeah.
Morag 2014, yeah.
Oh, yes, this is, Guardians time.
Yeah. This is when he's just starting to look for them.
There you are, yeah.
Told you.
Told you so. I've seen this movie a couple of times.
I read the title when it said they were in Morag.
So she comes back, obviously, but it's not her. It's this version of her.
Mm.
Who is still her, technically, just not as a guardian. But she's still the same person because she's still a good person.
But it's when it comes to the Guardians thing, are they going to play on that more? Or, like, are they going
at the end of this, when they go on the ship, when Thor goes on the ship, Quill's got a picture of her.
I think
they'll
find her. They'll definitely play.
He's definitely going to try to find her.
They'll definitely play on it, and they'll probably get together. But as in, like, they'll find her, but she won't get with him, and they'll play off that.
Did Nebula go with Gamora, or did Nebula stay on the Guardian ship?
I can't remember. I can't remember the end of it. Everyone remembers the Thor.
Yeah, I can't actually remember either.
I thought Nebula stayed on the Guardian ship, which would be weird. That's America's ass.
This is so excellent.
They look like bad guys. I love Ant-Man. He's just like, he's a Marvel fan. He's a Marvel fanboy. He's you guys.
Yeah,
He's the
yeah.
guy who's
Isn't
watching
he?
the movie.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, no tattoos, no tattoos. We didn't know.
Paul Rudd, even Tiny can still deliver perfectly.
The Hulk looks different now. He looks angry, doesn't he?
Yeah. That's another thing that's pretty cool is that the Hulk graphics, like the CG for Hulk is obviously improved, but they kept the original look that they had in this movie.
I like it, yeah.
Just so you're not like going, why does he look different?
Oh, look. There's a suit.
Yeah.
That's his nanotech.
But that's not nanotech. He hits his chest.
He hits his chest and his whole, like, sweatsuit or whatever he was wearing turned into his Iron Man suit.
Yeah.
That-
Well, no, I'm thinking of the nanotech suit. It was like little strings that he pulled. Remember?
Yeah, I know, but, like, he could have done it a different way as well.
Yeah.
It's still the same tech, I think.
So we were wrong. He doesn't put his Iron Man suit on.
He
at the
had
end.
it the
puts on
whole
now.
time.
The Iron Man suit
He
was
never
inside us
lost
the whole
it.
time. That was the real lesson of this journey.
He never lost it.
You also
The
got to
Wizard
appreciate
of
that
Oz.
they got all these actors back, like Rumlow and
It's good.
Robert Redford pops up in the lobby.
Yeah, he came
eventually.
out of retirement for that.
Good thing
Who was it
he
that-
shaved.
No, it's not.
It's weird that Natalie Portman is coming back for the next movie, but she didn't bother to do this movie.
Yeah.
So they have to use footage from Thor 2.
Oh, yeah.
Like, somebody must have given her a paycheck.
Mm.
Although she's probably, I guess the rumor is she's going to become female Thor.
Yeah, that's
Like
what I
in the
heard.
comics.
I just don't see how that could work.
Well, the comic version's pretty interesting in that Jane has cancer, and she's worthy to use the hammer because every time she turns into Thor, it accelerates her
Mind
cancer.
blown.
So being a hero is killing her.
Well, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I'm okay with Jane getting cancer.
I don't like her character as well. I don't know. The earlier female characters were just poorly thought out.
Yeah, I wasn't too keen on that either, actually.
Yeah, I think it's more to do with just they weren't given anything to do except be the modern
Yeah.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm in trouble. Save me, Tony.
Yeah,
Save me,
exactly.
Iron Man. It's like, okay. We're still doing that? From the 40s? Really?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like Iron
They
Man
got
3
better, obviously.
switched it.
Yeah.
Iron Man 3, it's like she saves him.
Yeah. They're going for shawarma.
Yeah, shawarma. It's a good place down the road.
At least they did a better job on Iron Man's or Thor's wig.
And he didn't dye his eyebrows.
The
Did you ever
wig,
notice
the
that?
original wig was just, oh man, that was awful.
Watch the original Thor. His eyebrows are dyed blonde.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks so weird.
No, I know.
There's like, this man's too handsome. Let's not ruin this. Because, like, if you look at the Tony there with that suitcase and the Tony who's telling Lang to electrocute him, it's the same dude.
Yep.
He doesn't seem to have, like, changed that much. But here it comes. We're getting close to the greatest scene ever. Cap versus Cap with America's ass on the line. Yeah, so we're an hour and a half in. I know I keep bringing up the time, but there's still no... We've only just now seen Thanos, and it's like... we still haven't even got to, like, the main part of the story, really. Do you think that's the same shirt he wore like 7 years ago?
Yeah,
They took the dust balls out.
probably.
Probably took it home.
I think I want to say he's got like 5 hammers or something.
No, Thor definitely has like 5. His wife like keeps telling him to stop taking them home. He's got like one in his toilet. He's got all of them.
Like even that joke of the Loki and why he thinks it's Loki.
Yeah.
They set that up earlier.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
It's only like one line. and
Heading
if you're not
down
paying
for
attention,
search and
you miss it.
rescue. Because he turned into him when they were upstairs.
But if you're watching the movie for the first time, like that goes by so quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That he can shapeshift like that, yeah.
Yeah. As much as I like how he beats him here by just outthinking him, there's a part of me thinking, come on, he's got 5 years of training. He should beat the crap out of
That's what I was wondering as well.
young Cap. I guess you could argue that, like, he's spent whatever.
Well, and this captain, like, should be, like, pretty tired, too, after, like,
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah, there is that as well.
Yeah.
He's the older captain.
But I was going to say the old Cap is probably tired, too. He's like, you know what? It's been 5 years since Thanos killed everybody. I haven't trained. I gave it up.
Yeah.
But it's great that he's like, man, I was such an idiot. If you just say one name, he's going to lose it.
I know how to get into your psyche.
Oh, Chris Evans. I think I'm going to miss Chris Evans more than I'll miss Robert Downey Jr.
That is America's ass. Is that actually him lying down there?
It might be a stunt double.
Well, but then it can't be America's ass.
Well, it might be one
It
of
needs
the
to be him.
directors or something.
No, it needs to be him. I'm going to look this up.
It's a woman. Yeah, I think out of all the characters, I'm going to miss Captain America the most.
Yeah, for sure. And then, for me, equally, Iron Man as well.
I do like, I've said it before, the ending where Cap gets his happy ending. I like, he gets his dance with Peggy.
Yeah, that's great.
And Tony dies, which also makes me happy because most of these things are his fault. Hope Mark Ruffalo's not gone. He should still be in the Thor movies.
Yeah, I feel like he will be because it's minimal on him and then it's more CGI, I guess.
Yeah. It'd be great if they did World War Hulk. It's this comic storyline where it's a bit complicated to get into the backstory, but it's basically Hulk's really mad at all the heroes on Earth, and he comes back and just starts beating the crap out of all of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They betrayed him, and like he feels he needs to get revenge, and he beats up everybody.
Oh, wow.
Breaks Doctor Strange's hands and everything. It's great.
Huh.
But there's a whole legal thing, like the Spider-Man, where Hulk doesn't belong to Marvel. They're not allowed to make a Hulk movie. So that's why there's never been a Hulk movie. They've had to kind of like piece them together into other movies.
Right.
So even Thor Ragnarok, that's like, there's a lot of Hulk in that and a lot of development, but you can't say it's a Hulk movie.
Right.
And even this has got like a Hulk development of Banner's now in control.
Yeah.
Banner's combined with them.
This is a pretty bold thing to do. Like, all he said was, like, he gave it away, and she's like, I'll give it to you.
Yeah. Well, it's time travel. It doesn't have to make sense.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You got to be forgiving because it is a sci-fi film.
Yeah, and she knows Strange because she has the time stone, so she's looked ahead. She's seen Strange is going to do everything, and she's already seen her own death. So
Yeah.
she might not have known there's going to be a giant green guy standing on her roof, but she trusts in
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, she trusts in what she's seen and knows.
Because he's
in her
supposed to be
world.
the best of them all.
Yeah.
I couldn't find anything if that's actually him lying on the ground, but
The greatest mystery of all.
it is. It is. Anybody who knows, let me know.
And this one, the Maw, who's voiced by an Irish actor, which always makes me happy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he told you about that in Infinity War.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
You guys actually
No,
had
listen.
like a 5-minute conversation.
Just
on it
making sure you guys are
during
paying
your
attention.
commentary.
Just making sure you guys are paying attention.
Wait, now we're doing a commentary on our other commentary.
It's an Inception.
It's Inception.
Commentary. The future.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen, at the very least, old Thanos for like not versus, but meeting this Thanos. Again, that's a character thing. It's not a story thing. I just think it'd be really interesting.
But he does
The guy who-
see like him and sees what happens to himself, but it doesn't stop him from wanting to do what he's gonna do.
No, I'm not saying even to make him stop or like have one of those, be careful what you're doing, Thanos. I think it might have been more like a Biff in Back to the Future 2 thing of like, you gotta do it. Kill them all.
Right.
Like, even if he had done that and like the message of like, you can't kill half the universe, you have to reset everything. Although
How does he know who the Avengers are?
he
At
knows who
this
Tony
point.
is.
But he just said the Avengers when you're talking about all of them. Because at this point, he doesn't.
Yeah, this is Morak, so this is post New York. So this is 2 years after New York.
Oh,
so
right.
we were-
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, my bad.
I do love his line though with Scarlet Witch. It like I think the whole thing.
They don't
exists
even
just for
know
that.
you.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
will. That's right. Who run the world? Girls. I love this part.
I love that you brought her back. I would have liked to seen a little cameo from Anthony Hopkins, but
But this is like they had to do this because when he showed up, this is the day she died, right? And he is like, you just need your mom. No
yeah.
no
You
matter
need your
what.
mom to tell you to eat a salad.
Well, yes. But Thor needs his mom right now. He really does.
Yeah.
And that just shows you how his character is.
Eat a salad.
I was raised by witches, boy.
I think with Thor and Rocket as well, you get that weird thing of both being outcasts. Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
like or not outcasts, but like Rocket's line.
One of your own, like your own person.
Yeah, like Rocket's whole thing in the first Guardians is like, they made me into something I don't want to be.
Yeah.
And that's kind of Thor's journey. And his mom's like, just, do you. You know? You don't have to be a hero. Just be whoever you want to be.
Yeah.
Which is hopefully somebody who eats a salad. Natalie Portman decided she didn't want to make a quick $50,000.
Yeah.
They used other footage. It looks flawless.
It does look great.
That's the other weird thing about these movies. Like, there's a little raccoon running around. And we're just kind of like, it's fine.
And we're just like, that's normal, you know?
Yeah.
Looks fine.
Yeah.
Well, funny part is that when they start chasing him, they say, "Get that rabbit," and that's what Thor calls Rocket. And when he meets him the first time,
Yeah.
The running joke.
Yeah, is that he's a rabbit?
Yeah, that's
Because
right.
I'm assuming Asgard does not have raccoons
No, they don't have trash pandas.
or
up
trash
there.
pandas.
Trash
Yeah.
pandas.
San Francisco needs some trash pandas. It's got a lot of garbage lying around.
Oh yeah, the garbage outside.
Do you think the trash in San Francisco is like only there? Like everywhere else in the country is spotless?
Well, that's pretty much what
It's just
we've
like
been
San Francisco with
shown,
the
like
shit.
outside the diner in New York, right there. Like when they were talking to Hulk, there was no
everyone's
garbage
cut the
outside.
grass. Everything looks fine.
Yeah, it's just San Francisco, a bunch of lazy shits.
Just that one
Yeah.
street.
It's that one street. It's that one shitty kid on his bike just leaving garbage.
Maybe they
out.
just like get
"Ah,
that
fuck it.
rabbit.
We can't stop him.
Aww. Aww.
It actually makes me wonder if Thor 2 is better because of this scene. Like if you went back and watched it.
Right, yeah.
Oh, she's gonna die, and she just had a chat with her son.
It's so lovely though.
Yeah.
But it shows like how someone like Thor can have proper emotions as well and proper.
Yeah, and it's a tone thing, like I said, of like this is completely different than him in the cabin drinking and
Yeah.
eating pizza, but it doesn't feel like it's a different movie. That's a lot of balance. That's a lot of skill and needing good actors.
Yes. Oh.
This is excellent.
So he's
this
an
is a great way.
idiot.
So it's so good. So he's an idiot.
Yeah. But it's also good because the last time we saw Quill, not the very last time, but the last thing he did was let Thanos go.
He fucked it up.
Yeah, he ruined everything.
So this is a great moment for the whole audience, just like, this idiot.
That's the best thing they could have done, is just cut the music and show it, you know.
From someone else's perspective of watching him.
Yeah, so Rhodey is saying what everybody in the audience was thinking in the last movie.
I love that also the sound there. Just one arm swipe and just knocks out.
I love this Raiders of the Lost Ark. Because that's what I would be thinking too. There would be just like 1,000 spikes coming out.
Yeah. There's all these death traps. Nothing's gonna happen. We're all done.
Yeah, this guy's never been off Earth before, so.
Yeah, they have the first thing of like, who's been in space before? The other thing with you mentioned earlier is they can't touch the stones. I think the Power Stone's the only one you can't touch. Isn't that right?
They've never showed anybody else trying to hold one.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think.
Because Quill could only hold it in the end of Guardians because he was half god, but they've never shown anybody else trying to hold it. The Time Stone is always encased in the thing and it floats, but Hulk held it just now.
Ronan held it.
Yeah, but he almost died too.
Yeah, but again, that's the Power Stone. I don't know if the other stones.
Yeah, does like the Time Stone do the same thing?
If you touch it, but
I'd
they've
imagine,
only ever seen it used in the gauntlet.
I imagine they can touch it, but they can't control it, like do something with it. Whereas the Power Stone is power. Maybe you need the power to touch it. I don't know. I'm just making this shit up.
Because Thanos can hold him. He holds the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
In his bare hand. Twist. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I know the Time Stone is kind of held by Strange when he pulls it out of the sky as a star, but it's kind of floating there. He's not touching it or doing anything with it. See, wouldn't it have been better if he had been able to talk to himself? It is an interesting thing, though, that he knows he won already, and he did what he had to do.
Yeah.
Because it's like the reverse of, not the reverse, but similar to Hawkeye's thing of like, this is why he's going to keep going, because he's seen the future and he knows what's at stake. So he's like, oh, I actually won. If I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm going to get what I want. So he knows he's on the right track. Usually the bad guys are kind of like hoping for the best, and he knows the best is going to happen. Karen Gillan, good old Scottish lady.
Yeah.
She does a great job.
I did not know. When I saw Jumanji, you could have never told me that was the same person.
No way, yeah.
Never.
The other thing she does really well in this is she plays two versions of the same character.
Yeah, really, really well.
And even though they're basically looking the exact same, you can
definitely
feel
tell.
different.
You can definitely tell they're different. Yeah. It's like all this bloody technology and you're using a fucking wired radio.
Yeah. Get yourself a Nokia 3210.
Yeah.
Do you think somebody else should have died at the end? I think somebody else should have died at the end with Iron Man.
Well,
Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, as we're
I think
an hour and a half into this movie that everyone has seen.
I think Iron Man death.
I would love it if Leah hadn't seen this, by the way. Like she'd always stopped at like the 2 hour mark.
I think
It's
we
too much for me.
20 minutes through the film, we were talking about halfway through the film, so we're all over the shop. I think Iron Man dying is enough, but I think
Black Widow died.
Yeah,
Or
Black
did we
Widow
forget
died,
that?
and we also technically lost Captain America, like in a way. So
Well, what I'm thinking of is like, do you remember?
Vision
It's
died.
right after, or it's at the moment when like Ant-Man goes to the window and he gets hit by the rockets.
Yeah, but he turned little. You can,
I know
you can
he
watch
gets
him
out
turn
of it.
little.
That's what I mean. If like, it doesn't seem like Thanos did enough damage.
well, Infinity
team.
But
War
he
as
wasn't
well.
prepared.
Infinity War as well. He did like all the damage from there as well.
He didn't have that time to prepare for what he was doing because he only had like an hour to figure out that he could do this.
Yeah, and could have just clicked his fingers again.
Yeah, I mean, he had to be just like,
He was damn close to doing it.
he was like, oh look, I just found the Power Stone, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, I'm gonna go time travel and get everything else. He didn't have the time to prepare.
Right.
Did you say pissant?
Pissant, yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Because it's got the word ant in it.
These
you get
guys are
Pissant.
back. These guys are back.
Aww. Bromance.
And here we see our friend.
That was last Marvel performance. Rest in peace,
Late.
Stanley. They use CGI to make him younger.
Make him young.
Okay, okay.
That is him, but they use CGI to bring him back to his 70s self.
Yeah, you got the Samuel L. Jackson treatment.
Yeah.
This was a good little scene, actually, to be honest. Like the whole,
But is this not where... No, never mind. Never mind. I'm being dumb. Don't worry. It's fine.
Have you not seen this film before?
Shush. No, because I was thinking about Bucky and when he goes and kills his parents, but I'm like, he was already born. So he wasn't,
You
he wasn't
remember
born
in
yet.
the... Oh, is it in a bloody post-credit sequence? It is, isn't it? Where Carol turns up.
Yeah, of Infinity War?
Is that the end of Infinity War?
Infinity
With the
War is
beeper?
the beeper, yeah. And
Yeah, that's Infinity War.
Samuel...
But what's the
Fury
scene?
and-
It's at... Is it at... Oh, God, I can't remember. Where it's at the end and it's in this world now where they have the beeper at the Avengers headquarters and then she turns up.
No.
So
Does no one remember that scene? Am I just
No, that's at
imagining
the
it?
that is at the
beginning.
end of Captain America.
No, because it's on the ground. The beeper's on the ground.
That's Infinity War.
No,
End
no,
of
that's
Captain-
the end of Infinity War.
Yeah.
After that,
End of
Oh,
Captain,
yeah,
end, of
yeah, yeah.
Captain end of Captain America is where she turns up with the guys.
right?
So
Yeah, and then she's like, "Where's Nick Fury?"
yeah,
right.
because that's the last film before Endgame.
So this is your foreshadowing right here. This whole scene with his dad.
Yes.
To Tony taking the leap.
Well, that's his whole journey as a character. He starts off as
selfish.
yeah,
The
most
guy
selfish character
who's
in the
not
whole
going to
world.
lie down. That's what Steve Rogers always said about him. You're not the one who's going to make the sacrifice play.
Yeah, like the Avengers, the first one, he has that great moment. It's one of my favorite moments in all the Marvel movies where he's super emotional after Coulson gets killed.
Yeah.
And he's pissed and he's trying to lash out and he's just like, "We're not soldiers."
Yeah.
And he just has to look at Captain America, who just looks back at him.
Yeah.
And it's just like, "What are you talking about, buddy? What's wrong with you here?" This is what I am. And then at the end, obviously, he becomes the guy who he makes the play and he lies down for somebody else. He lies down for
Everybody,
else.
yeah.
Still,
But I remember watching this recently, and there is a sign, or there's a line where he says it, where you can just tell exactly, like, that's what he's gonna do.
right. In this?
Yeah, in this scene where he's talking with his dad.
It kind of makes sense, because when he's talking about it with his dad, he's talking about, like, being a father and
Yeah.
how to get ready for it. But he's already been a dad for 4 years.
5.
I didn't notice the little Ant-Man helmet on the desk there, actually.
Yeah, comic accurate.
It's quite cool.
The original.
So they did bring Michael Douglas back just to baby him.
They got the After Effects Young filter.
Yeah. Actually, they get him back too at the end because he's one of the people at the funeral.
Yeah, that's...
Spoiler alert, Tony dies.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, they play that song that Alex likes.
Hashtag new master, hashtag song.
Des and Troy. Hashtag name our new baby.
What did I call Tony Stark in one of our
Stoney
podcasts?
Tark.
Stony Tark, that was it.
Stony Tark.
He's
Yeah,
still-
that's what you can call him.
Yeah.
I guess this is also part of the resolution between Tony and
His
Cap.
dad. Oh.
Because the whole Civil War thing is that
Bucky killed his parents.
Bucky killed his parents and he never got to say goodbye to his dad and all that.
Yeah, and he had daddy issues the rest of his entire life.
Yeah, it's real hard having daddy issues when you're a billionaire, genius, philanthropist, playboy.
See, look, the greater good has rarely outweighed my own self-interests. His dad just said that to him.
Right, so his dad is giving him that lesson.
Yeah,
that he has to
and
take
she's
away.
from Community, by the way.
Yep, she's another one of them.
Ah, yes.
And they have I can't remember his name. He's in Civil War. It's when Tony's giving his speech at MIT.
Yeah.
And he gives everybody the money and he's walking beside him. He's the bald guy. He plays the Dean Pelton.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, so is that fund
Oh,
available
yeah.
to just students or is it faculty? And
So, and this is
We'll
where
talk later.
Captain, like, solidifies his decision of what he's going to do at the end of the film. Because she still cares about him.
yeah.
His picture, his picture of him before he was captain is on her desk.
Yeah. Tony and Cap's stories get the most
They're the longest
Focus.
running characters.
but it's also it wraps up well, like
Yeah.
it works.
No, I'm so happy for him. I like, you couldn't have done it better for him, I don't think.
The other thing though, when you think about it, is this is a Steve who has already lost her.
Yeah.
So
Twice.
he watched her die. Yeah.
Yeah.
He lost her originally, then he met her when she was old and she died.
Yeah.
And then, he lost everybody. Then it's 5 years
Then
later.
he made
and
out
it's
with
just
her
like,
niece.
Yeah. It's all right. It'd be weird to kiss your cousin, but it's all right.
Wouldn't it be
Game of Thrones.
Wouldn't it
Game
be
of
his
Thrones.
niece then?
Yeah, it's
Because they're saying
decent
that
enough.
like his old Captain America character carried her hearse or her casket during the funeral of Winter Soldier. You can see from like behind that he's there. I read it somewhere, okay? Whatever, don't get all quiet on me. Someone's gonna believe what I just said.
No, I'm just listening to it because it's a nice scene.
It is, yeah.
Played pretty well. Old Sterling from Mad Men does a good job. And then I didn't watch it, but the driver Jarvis, the family butler.
Yeah.
Apparently he's in the Peggy Carter TV series.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
So it's one of the first times when the
Maybe
TV
hugs
world
him.
started crossed over.
Thank you for all you've done for this country.
Actually, there's one person who isn't in this, but he does get his Captain Marvel time. Is Coulson?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They don't give Coulson a moment.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
They couldn't. There's no time period where it would have worked, except maybe 2012. But by the time they're there, he's dead. Spoiler alert: Coulson dies.
Hashtag who's Coulson?
Yeah.
You.
I'm you.
Fourth shot.
Jeez, I'm getting hammered here.
No, third, is it? Let me just point out that I am 39 weeks pregnant and I have not needed to go to the bathroom.
You're a trooper. You respect the movie.
I do. I can't miss it.
Because at this point, this is... When was Guardians? Actually, this isn't too far behind Guardians now that I think about it.
Guardians hasn't happened yet, though, because Gamora ends up with Guardians.
No, but I mean, like, we're talking about...
Oh, this is the exact same time. Yeah.
It's the exact same time.
Yeah.
Because they...
So she's already got the plan in her head.
Oh, not Vormir, Morak.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
To
Quill
leave.
goes to Morak, he escapes,
Yeah.
and then the next day, he's on...
Xandar?
Yeah, and then that's when he meets her. So this is...
Literally.
She's the same person up to this point, really.
Yeah. She has...
She just doesn't know about
she's
his hip magic.
about to defy Thanos anyways.
Right. So it's not going to be that difficult to kind of, like, re-educate her.
Yeah.
Although she doesn't have any of the... She won't have any great memories of baby Groot.
It still took her a while to, like, become... like good with Quill anyways, but now at this point she's not going to have all of that Guardian stuff to fall in love with him or whatever.
Yeah, she's not going to see the kind of hero he can be.
Exactly. And going through all of the dad stuff and the...
And this isn't the real Red Skull, in case you don't know.
No, I do know that.
There you go.
I did know
Al
that.
doesn't know because he's too busy paying.
Now he's getting me a cookie.
This is again, names are...
No, I know.
But he's in The Walking Dead. He's a great impressionist. And he was brought on because he's like, yeah, you can do a pretty good impression of
Red Skull.
Red Skull. So you do that.
The Red Skull.
This was great in the Infinity War 2 when he popped up because it'd been so long and he'd never been mentioned.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, that works too because he disappeared. He didn't die. He was sucked away by the...
Ross Marquand.
Yeah. You should watch his videos on YouTube, anybody who's listened to this. He's got some solid impressions.
Original Red Skull said negotiations with Marvel proved impossible, which is why he did not reprise his role.
Weird, because literally everybody else is here.
Yeah, except for Natalie Portman as well. So.
Yeah, no one likes her though.
Well, and like old Terrence, what's his nut, original War Machine.
That was a different issue. That was pre Infinity.
He got shorter and skinnier. That was really good CGI.
After all of that, how's he going?
It seems like it's always sunset on this planet until you die, and then it becomes night.
I didn't. Sorry.
So I do know a fact about this scene, though. It was reshot.
Was it originally Hawkeye?
No, they were going to include another action scene here, I think, with like Thanos' army.
Oh, okay.
Because they were ahead of him, and this is the same time period.
Right.
So you know when like Nebula's calling them on the wired radio, and she's like, "Watch out, watch out! Thanos is coming here to stop them, or fight them, or try and steal the stone after they get it."
Yeah, but he wouldn't need to because he just has to go to the future and get all 5.
Right.
Once they've
So
done
he's
it.
just he's just pretending to do it. He's not actually trying to stop them. He's trying to make his job easier,
right,
and make them do it
and get the stone for him.
Yeah, but then they thought it's too complicated if Thanos is getting into
Well,
plans
it
like
would
that.
take away from the moment.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I agree that if it was the thing of you didn't know you had to make a sacrifice till you were there to make it count.
Yeah.
But I think if you had they didn't have the time, obviously, but if you had one of them know, and they would have had to be dealing with that, and then the other person figures out what's happening right at the last moment, that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if Nebula had said to Hawkeye, a sacrifice has to be made. It would have. To me, it would have made sense for his character. Like it does now, but he's just like, okay, I'll make sure I jump off that cliff. And that stops him. He's like, oh no, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But he's getting a TV series and she's got a movie, so no one's really hurting at this.
They're all winners.
Yeah. His TV show is, I think it's going to be him handing it over to his, not his daughter, but maybe a new actress to play Hawkeye.
Probably his daughter.
Interesting.
There's a character called Kate Bishop in the comics who's as good as he is with the bow and arrow, and it's probably going to be her because his daughter's still young.
Yeah.
She comes back from the snap. And Loki, we forgot to mention that when Loki disappears with the
Oh yeah.
Tesseract, he's getting his own TV show based around that.
That's right, yeah.
Him just going around causing mayhem. Did you see the trailers that they dropped at the Super Bowl?
What, for Loki? Oh, there was
No,
one
we
for
didn't
Loki.
watch any of them.
They had it was a 30, it's not bad. It's 30, maybe 45 seconds long, and it has clips from
WandaVision and all that.
WandaVision,
Yeah.
Falcon, and then right at the end, Loki's in it. He
Right.
says something like, I'm going to burn this whole place to the ground.
Yeah, I saw Falcon swinging the shield at like a tree or something. That was about it.
Yeah. I'm excited for WandaVision just because it looks like it's a
I
little
cried.
off
I cried in the
You
theater.
cried for that?
I'm not gonna lie. For this, not for the
Nah,
Super
this
Bowl
didn't get me.
commercial.
Good old Jeremy Renner. He's such a good dude. Maybe he should have just thrown himself off the cliff now as well. Like, screw this.
Yeah.
No, because he joined because she gave
Oh, he
him
can hold-
hope.
And he can hold a stone.
Yeah.
We completely missed that.
Yeah. Oh,
So you're wrong.
No,
you.
I was thinking that.
Oh, yeah. You're wrong.
But Thanos could as well, so you didn't know if it was just a Thanos thing.
Yeah, so
until it
it's just the
happened.
Power Stone that's probably gonna blow your head.
Yeah, I was reading a little Reddit thing, and that's the general consensus because they said they treat the stones in Endgame like shiny pebbles.
I also never quite understood why they call them stones. Because the comics, it's the Infinity Gems.
Right.
I don't know what difference it
Thor
makes to
does
call them
his little
stones.
presentation.
Yeah, didn't he say something
He said
about
you guys kept calling them stones, but they're not actually stones.
Right.
But I didn't pay attention to what he said they actually were.
It just seemed like it's one of those weird differences that somebody came up with. Like, well, we're going to call them the Infinity Stones. I'm like, I don't know why. It's, gem seems the same as a stone to me. They're back. Everyone's back. They made it. They're heroes. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shit.
Hulk always annoys me in this one though.
Why?
Because I don't his reaction annoys me.
That he's angry?
Yes and no. No, because he had the chance to be with her.
No, he's a monster, Leah, just like she is, because she can't have babies.
She wanted to be with him. It's not like he was gonna have
That's
babies
true.
anyways.
That is something that doesn't make sense. Why didn't they get together?
It doesn't. Like they should have. He came back. They had their moment.
Well,
kinda
everything
looking at
changed.
each
He
other.
went off and did Thor Ragnarok. Everything changed. So.
Yeah, but then he came back in Infinity War and
But he
they
was a
saw
different-
each other again.
He was a different person back then. After that.
No, you could still tell that there was that connection.
Also, he's now a giant green creature. so
Whatever.
maybe
I mean, that
part
could just
of
be
that.
better. So everything's bigger.
You can move the furniture around real easy.
Space magic.
You tell him, Jeremy Renner. Stupid Thor thinks he can fix everything.
Love Jeremy Renner. He's the closest thing to family that Black Widow had. They're like brother sister.
I also like Hawkeye in these scenes because even though it's all this space magic thing and stuff, like Thor says it and it's jokey, he just brings it right down to, you grab your damn hammer and you go talk to him.
Yeah.
Like all these things that are kind of fantastical, he just brings it down to a human level of it. Like, you do it then, dickhead.
Will.
You tell him, Cap. All right, so they can't touch that
So
one.
now they can't touch any of them.
All right.
Because they're all being held by little doodaddies. I said doodaddies, that's right.
That's a little nanotech bit there.
But that's why it can make itself bigger to go on the Hulk's hand and smaller to go back on his hand.
It's crazy that it's like still an hour left in the movie. But you gotta enjoy it. There's only an hour.
Yeah. Do you think Thor would have been able to do it?
No.
But
I
he
don't think his
had
brain is in the right place.
I think he probably would have done it, but it would have killed him like Iron Man.
I think I gave a bit of criticism to like Hulk doesn't do anything in this movie apart from this. But when you think about it, like the typical thing is like he goes and he beats the hell out of Thanos because he's strong and smart now. But I think it's a combination of he's super strong, but he also has to be smart and focused.
Yeah.
Because he has to think about what he wants to do and concentrate on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Everybody
It's
comes
not like
back.
one of those things.
Yeah. He's got to be calm.
It's not one of those things. Yeah, you can't just be like, fix everything. You got to have like this super genius guy who's thinking and focused.
Mostly Gamma.
Yeah, which I think you brought it up and made me look like an idiot, Al. Where I'm like, that's stupid. They brought in the Gamma, and then you were like, actually, they brought in the Gamma in Avengers, the first one. That's how he first gets part of the Avengers.
Or because they need him to look for the Gamma.
That's coming off the Tesseract.
Yeah.
See, it all comes around.
Full circle.
It's not like they were just really, really lucky by having creative people.
Brilliant. Good writers and good actors and foreshadowing. It's my word of the day. # foreshadowing.
Yeah.
He's got the suit.
It's his best looking suit, I think.
Yeah.
It's also a cool thing that they get to show like the old suits and where they came from.
There you go, Nanotech. He just taps his center.
Taps his chest.
Protecting Legolas.
Legolas. Clench up, Legolas.
I want to get like automatic blinds and just say, "Go Iron Man."
Initiate
Iron
barn door
Man.
protocol.
Barn door protocol.
That'd be so good.
Even the graphics on
nice
this are
touch.
good.
Yeah. I think it's also a nice touch that they made it his left hand. Like, using it as a visual cue. It's just one of those little design things.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
his right
Like the gauntlet was the right hand, and now it's... Or,
That's his
sorry,
right
yeah.
hand.
The gauntlet's the left, and
Right.
their glove's on the right.
Right.
Ah, good call.
Like, it's just one of those little things that you don't pick up on. It's not part of the story, but you're looking at it and you get it.
Yeah.
So at the end, Tony's clicking his fingers with his right hand, and it's the exact opposite of what Thanos did.
Good call.
Here he goes. He's gonna do it. Clickety click.
Ooh.
Because the other thing that they talked about it in one of the questions and answers afterwards is like, well, did Bruce just bring everybody back? And it's like, no, he brought everybody back safe.
Yeah.
So you didn't just bring them back to exactly the point they were at, because if you were sitting on an airplane, that plane's not there anymore, and you fall out of the sky. So he brings everybody back safe.
But that's where, like, yeah, there's all the birds outside.
Yeah.
And his wife is calling him.
Be a nice conversation to, like, hear.
Yeah.
Because she's like, where'd you go? We were having a picnic, dickhead. Because nobody would
Pretty much,
really know
yeah.
time had changed. If like, they went back to the park. They're just like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Where's Dad gone?
They were just in the backyard. Having hot dogs.
He just hangs up and I'm busy, sweetheart. I'm busy.
Oh.
I won't even bring up the small plot hole that after 5 years he still has the same phone and the same number. But okay, whatever.
Uh-oh. That's where he goes tiny. Did you see that?
Yeah, he gets tiny. But I just think to make Thanos a threat.
No, but killing Ant-Man's not going to accomplish anything.
No, but there's nobody at stake here. It's just the Avengers. It's not in the city or anything. Which I get. Like, have a difference. Don't just do the same old. New York is under attack.
But they're the only ones who fought for it, right? Like, that's who Thanos is, like, the Avengers, the little shits who...
Look, I'm here to nitpick, Leah. That's
No, because they ruined New York, so he's... Let's go kill all them.
No, if you want to see someone ruin a city, you watch Man of Steel. That's ruining a city.
Oh, good lord.
I won't watch any... like, DC movie ever because of you guys.
We've ruined it for everyone.
Shazam's okay. Justice League is a joke.
Batman v
It's
Superman.
unbelievable.
Maybe I'd get it right with the 10th Batman.
Like, I watched
Was
Justice
it
League not
Robert
so long ago.
Pattinson?
And just to get
Twilight.
to make the quick comparison of like the nonsense of Justice League to this, the end of Justice League is just Superman arrives and does everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas in this one, again, it's the point of like every character has something to do
Is
and
needed.
has a reason to be there. Even like Ant-Man, who's like, he might not do something major here at the end, but he's the guy who gives them the idea.
Yeah.
And even Hawkeye here, he has like a little bit to do where he gets to run with the glove and keep it safe.
Yeah. Ant-Man actually does quite a lot in this film.
Yeah.
And like Hulk is the guy. Hulk is there because Hulk clicks his fingers. Steve has to be strong enough, and you know,
He's got to be the leader.
he's got to be strong enough and just like not give up long enough to keep Thanos occupied until everyone else gets there.
Exactly. But he didn't know they were all coming.
No, he didn't, which makes him a real hero.
Exactly. He was willing to put down his life.
And
To
then
save
obviously
everyone.
Tony's the guy who has to like,
Make the sacrifice play.
yeah. So it's not just all on like, well, this is the end of the Avengers movie. It's a team movie, so we're going to put it all on Hulk.
Yeah.
And Hulk does everything.
And he's the strongest, so he's going to do everything.
Yeah. And even Thor, like his journey, it used to be like, oh, Thor shows up like at the end of Infinity War and he'll do all the heavy lifting. And in this, he doesn't do that. They don't lean on that anymore. Instead, it's like, oh, Thor's going to help and Thor's going to be a team player.
Thor still almost died in this one.
Yeah.
Because Captain America had to save his ass with Mjolnir.
It's a nice moment when he sees Cap doing it. He's like,
I knew it.
I knew it. Yeah. But he's happy for it. He's not like annoyed. Because again, you go back to Age of Ultron when Cap moves it or lets go or doesn't move it, and you just seem to.
Oh yeah.
But he could have lifted it easily. Like he had the ability to lift it.
Yeah.
He just didn't because he just wanted to screw with Thor.
But I see Thor's like progression there too. Like he was a guy who was kind of arrogant, kind of egotistical, and then at this point he's just like, yeah, I'm glad he lifted it and beat the crap out of that guy. He's not threatened by it anymore.
Yeah.
Because when they do that whole thing at the end of it, he grabs the hammer and throws it and goes, "You're almost worthy."
Well, the best part is when Vision lifts it up.
Yeah. That's good writing.
Yeah.
Because you saw that everybody in the Avengers can't do it. and then this guy can do it.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, okay.
That they're not sure if they should trust or not, and then all of a sudden...
Yeah. 2 seconds, that's it. It says everything you need to do. And it's visual, and it's movie making. It's great movie making. That's a nice throwback to Avengers.
Yeah. So nobody's roaring in his face.
No one's getting shawarma yet.
Shawarma.
I had a shawarma today.
Take out.
I just, had somebody throw it at me from 40 feet away.
I will watch this end scene 1,000 times and still love it and get goosebumps.
Been a while since I've seen it.
Absolutely.
All I have to say is that, like, Thor with braided beard and hair, sorry, it's really... It's better than Rogers with a beard.
What? Really?
He's a Viking, honey.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, he's
He turns properly into a Viking here.
I guess so.
Look, they took the most expensive movie in history, and they still couldn't make Chris Hemsworth look ugly. That's how attractive that man is.
Like, yeah.
The biggest budget in the world, like, it still can't work. He still looks gorgeous.
Now, if they had dyed his eyebrows again, different story.
Well, then you just have to look at him from the eyes down.
So aren't you glad you have a feminine perspective on this movie? This is why you guys never let me do this.
Well, we all fancy Captain Rogers and Thor anyway, so...
Yeah. We're always thinking it, we just don't say it. It might have been overkill, but it could have been a good moment if it had been like a triple threat where Steve grabs Mjolnir and he gets a nano suit from Tony or something.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would have lessened the hammer, though.
Yeah. And it's also, the suit itself isn't that special.
Yeah.
Just like to point out how many of the male Avengers need special suits and powers in order to be strong, whereas most of the women are just kick-ass anyways.
Steve just needs a shield. It's basically a trash lid. He eats all San Francisco.
Yeah, and special gamma whatever making him the strongest person in the world.
It's just a snow sledge.
It's the hero inside. Yeah, that's what matters.
It was there the whole time.
Yeah. I'm grateful that we have a movie that took 10 years to get there and was actually, this is cool.
Yeah.
Oh no, everyone's gonna die.
The thing is, the way the films have been going, you don't really know what was going to happen. Like, they could kill off another guy at any moment, or it's going to finish, but they don't. They could have killed off another couple of people.
Well, because they've killed Widow, the fact that they could kill like Rhodey or Raccoon, you're kind of like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
People aren't going to care as much if like Rhodey dies, though.
No, that's what I mean. Like, you're in that.
You need to make it matter.
Yeah, Hawkeye could die. You're kind of like, okay.
I always thought it was going to be Hawkeye because he had the family, right? And he had the most to sacrifice.
That was the stereotype, though. Like, I'm going to go back to my family. I've got 2 weeks left.
No, exactly.
Then I'm retired. And they didn't go that. They said, no, we'll let him survive and we'll kill Quicksilver.
I know you. Uh-oh.
What?
That's a super convenient movie moment there, but I'm gonna let it slide.
Well, like, think about the time where, like, how fast that water was going up.
Yeah.
It's like, they should really be dead by now, and there's still a lot of time until we get to the end.
I guess your logic here would be, good Nebula knows where bad Nebula is, so they're finding her, tracking her. And then they're not going to jump out until they know where the stones are.
Right.
But that's me making excuses for this shitty movie. Get your fucking act together. Be more Justice League. It was almost a Justice League moment when Captain Marvel turns up. It's like, oh my god, is she gonna solve everything?
Right, yeah, a bit like a Superman kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
Like Shield. No, they didn't. Which again is, I gotta get as many shitting in on.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Before this is over.
Yeah, I'm glad they kept her away for as long as they did. To be honest.
Yeah. Another great throwback to.
Yeah, I like that.
Avengers.
That's cool.
Infinity.
400% capacity.
Dost thou, mother, know he weareth her drapes?
Oh yeah, it's not Jarvis in there anymore. What's her name? Karen.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
No, it's
not
Friday.
Spider-Man's wife.
It's Friday.
Friday.
Another good Irish character.
Yeah. Always making us into the circles.
Karen is Spider-Man's assistant.
Yeah. I think it was in the comments when we did the Infinity War commentary where
No.
when Hulk is fighting Thanos and we were like, does he use the Power Stone? And he doesn't, because if his hand's open, it's not
Yeah,
working.
they're saying that they glow when he uses them.
Yeah. Like he's stronger than the Hulk on his own.
Yeah.
So he doesn't need the Power Stone or anything to beat these three, or at least be
Right.
a good fight for them.
I knew
Because
it.
Hulk is stronger than Thor.
Yeah.
And if Thanos is
Even
stronger
though
than Hulk,
Hulk is
Yeah,
the
and-
strongest Avenger. Hashtag Ragnarok.
god damn it, it's so
So good. It's so good. Everyone's
Just
everyone's cheering on.
Like,
Yeah.
he can harness the lightning.
that's when it became something great. It pulled it down.
Ugh. The hammer and the shield.
But he's gonna lose a bit of that shield soon.
A big bit.
Yeah. And even now that I think back to that Infinity War thing, when Thanos kills Loki, he just kills him with his bare hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He strangles him out.
Yeah.
So he could kill Thor, which means he could easily take on Cap with Thor's hammer.
Oh, yeah. That's, like, why he looks so surprised, though, when, like, in Infinity War, when Captain was able to, like, hold his glove open just for that moment.
Yeah, for a second.
And then didn't he headbutt him, and then he tried to headbutt Carol Danvers, and he couldn't?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
it's like.
Yeah.
She's too strong. She's the most powerful person in the universe.
Superman.
She's boring.
Superman.
She's not even Superman. Like, Superman's at least got a character trait you can understand. I don't know what she is. This movie is just me shitting on Captain Marvel.
That's the name of the title. We're not even going to name it Endgame commentary.
Yeah. I think that the issue with Captain Marvel is that out of the next phase of heroes, she seems like the weakest one, but it looks like they're going to try and make her into the new...
You see that the big dude there? Like, Ant-Man just steps on him. Not this.
Yeah.
But the other
Giant
one,
man.
yeah. So he does quite a bit. And then he also gets the car started and stuff.
He's working. He's a worker. He gets his job done.
Okay, so, like, just throwing back, they should have drowned by now. They only had, like, 6 inches of water left.
Yeah, but there's only well, yeah, where Hulk and stuff were, not the other guys.
No, I know. I'm just saying Rhodey and Rocket and...
Yeah, before we know they're actually above ground right now, and then they're discussing like, oh, you should get big and then get us out,
Well, how did he get them out if he wasn't big?
because they might already be above ground by now.
How?
I'm not sure. They found
How? Tiny Ant-Man? I
Maybe
mean, I know
they-
he's stronger, but, like, lifted them all up and threw them into...
maybe.
On your left.
All right,
On your left.
the scene of all scenes.
Throw back to Winter Soldier. Was it Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I had to
Yeah,
tell
Winter
Alex
Soldier.
that. I had to tell him that. He didn't know.
No. He's an idiot.
Oh my gosh, this is the best part of the movie.
I don't know. I like this, but I still think that picking up the hammer thing is my favorite thing I've ever seen
I think it's
in
fabulous,
any of
but
the Marvel
just
movies.
The emotion though of this and them all just like being there and Captain's emotions, like I've got goosebumps right now.
He just does it. He's just like he was prepared to.
I think
He was prepared to
the crescendo is
die.
the best part when he pulls the hammer to himself and he finally assembles everybody.
Yeah.
And that's the very first time he says it in all the movies.
Oh yeah.
And it's another one of those payoffs because like they cheated it at the end of I think Age of Ultron where he says Avengers and then they cut and like they're almost nearly there and then here when he finally does it and it's for literally everybody.
I got goosebumps. I love this part. What a mind fuck for all those guys coming back from death, though. Like, seriously. And then all of a sudden,
I guess we won. Did we win? And then, like, someone shows up, like, oh, we have to go to New York.
Yeah, let's go fight.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
You know how long I've been fighting? All day.
Worst part right here. I hate her face right there. Oh. I love one.
And more.
See, and then where did Rhodey get the suit from?
The suit was underground.
Where did he get that suit from?
He probably has like iron.
See, they're all dry as well, so they've been saved and they went and they dried off.
There you go.
It makes no.
They went to Tony's like sauna.
No. Yeah, they dried off, got a towel, toweled off.
The music as well, just like.
Sorry.
Best part. Best part.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That like
and that's
like
10.
Lord of the Rings. You know, everything. It's
like everything is culminated in this one moment. Everything you ever wanted.
Yeah.
In a movie.
Yeah, when I was saying that I saw it with Graham, the film, when I saw that bit, I was like, I have to see this film with Leah. Because I know she's going to love it.
Absolutely.
And this is great, but I think my favorite moments in this whole end thing are all those little bits. It's him picking up the hammer. It's him saying Avengers Assemble.
Yeah.
It's when Tony
Jack
gets to
stabbing the shit out of his back.
that is hilarious.
This is proper Jack's stupid pepper pot.
But I think what I mean is, like, the action is just action. It can happen.
Sure.
But the thing that makes these movies so great are these bits.
You have the little one.
You have the little one. Because that's the characters, and it just works.
Yeah. Like that, I see you copied my beard in Infinity.
Yeah. And then obviously when it gets to this moment, which makes me cry all the time, when Tony finally meets Peter again.
Yeah.
Aww.
That's what upset him so much as well.
And like the way he plays it, that's the way you pay him $75 million.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him.
I did the hug. Aww.
Yeah, see, we're all crying now. But that's why this scene works and other scenes don't work, because you care about the people who are doing it. It's not just CGI fest.
It's not Carol Danvers giving him a hug.
No.
Who have no relationship whatsoever.
But it's also, you have a story built in, and this film does it a lot, where you just take 30 seconds to do that.
Yeah.
Instead of going, like, let's show an explosion. It's like, okay, let's have Peter reunited with her. And this one becomes a joke.
Yeah.
Because the other one's the real one, and this is the joke one. But it's also great because it's like, yeah, everybody wants to hit Quill in the balls and call him an idiot at this point.
Yeah.
And that's why, I shit on the DC movies because they don't do this. They just have the action.
Yeah,
and
it's too.
They have the joke, and they don't have the heart as to why this matters.
Yeah, 100%.
Because action is fun, and you're watching it moves and it explodes, but you're not getting goosebumps from action.
Mm-hmm. You're getting it from heart.
Yeah. So that's why this is like a double whammy, I think, for all of us. And
it's not
you're watching characters you care about, but you're also watching characters kind of give their final goodbye.
Yeah.
Because we're never going to get another Avengers movie. Not like this.
Nah.
With these people.
Definitely not.
I remember somebody posted about how come these guys don't have like a nice reunion moment, and then somebody else posted because they saw each other like 3 days ago, and for her it's been like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
That's about the only damage we saw Doctor Strange do, like, because he had to hold the water for most of it, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think it was one of those cases if they didn't know what to do with him because he's maybe a bit too powerful.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. It's like with Captain Marvel, they introduced her at the end, but like it's a good thing she wasn't there halfway through, because how do you kind of stop her from being so powerful?
Yeah, and even in Infinity War, like he's able to kind of take on Thanos on his own for a bit.
Yeah.
So having him out here fighting these kind of nobodies.
Yeah, you need distraction.
Like he's going to be doing. Yeah, he's going to do a lot better than like Hawkeye would with a sword.
Give it to me.
And he calls him Clint because he cares now. See, foreshadowing.
There's some more
payoff.
heart
That's
there.
what you need.
Some more heart.
Yeah.
It's all about the heart, guys. Bam!
I'm just looking in the background because when I watched it the first time, I'm like, you're paying attention to the first things. I'm just trying to see who's fighting around.
Yeah, it's true. I've noticed
behind.
a few things. Yeah.
Yeah.
She is like
That's
ridiculously powerful, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's getting there.
Well, now she's got rage.
Rage power activated.
Basically.
I don't even know who you are.
You will.
I think they're going to turn her powers into the comic version a little bit. In the comic, her powers, she's a mutant for one.
Yeah.
But her powers are more chaos. They're more. She messes with reality.
Right.
Hydra gave her those powers, though, right? Like
Yeah,
her and
this
her
version-
brother, signed up for testing.
Yeah. That was a legal issue. Marvel weren't allowed to use the word mutant.
Yeah, yeah.
It belonged to Fox.
I love that instant kill.
Yeah.
Finally gets to
Just
use
stab
it.
people in the head.
Yeah.
So I think that's why the WandaVision series is going to be her messing with reality and maybe trying to bring him back to life.
Yeah.
Or traveling dimensions.
Certainly looks that way, yeah. He's just like, she's going to rip me apart if I don't do something.
Yeah, literally.
I'm
She wants to cause him as much pain as possible.
Yeah. It's also a good contrast because you see that he will kill his own people
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Big time.
to survive,
To
and then
get-
you have Tony
yeah.
who's going to do the opposite and kill himself so everyone survives.
Yeah.
See, small moments count. Shut up, Pepper Potts.
Yep.
He just happens to be there with
So
no one else
useless.
around.
Of course he is.
He's magic, Al. He's magic.
He's the strongest of them all.
Apparently his second film is going to be quite horror-ish, like more of a horror film.
We can talk about it on the podcast, though, because there's been some problems.
Oh, okay.
Delays and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of delays?
Well, like you said, it was supposed to be a horror, and then the director who was on got fired or something. I
Ah.
think. Or moved on because there was creative differences.
Oh, okay.
That old nugget. But yeah, it was supposed to be a horror. He's had a hell of a day. He went from Earth to a ship to a planet to getting killed to being back on Earth. Yeah, you gotta have this. You gotta have the they're in trouble moment.
This is like the one in Infinity War before Thor came down.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Mbaku. Friday, what
What I
are
don't
they
get about
fighting
this
at?
though, which is it makes sense because it's obviously showing Carol's in danger. She's so powerful. But how does Thanos know about her? Because this is
Yeah, who's on the ship?
oh actually
that's-
no I just answered it because she existed before because she beat the hell out of Ronan,
Oh, yeah.
so she would have been known.
She
to
was
them.
Kree.
Yeah,
She
but
was
I mean
part of
like
the Kree.
why does like him from 2014 or whatever
Yeah.
worry about her? It's like oh no because back in '96 or whatever she
Beat the
blew the
shit
hell out of
them.
their ships. Yeah. So like, oh no, it's that stupid engine lady. I like the way he looks at that ship like someone just like crashed his car into a wall. It's like, oh my god, that was my Mustang. I love that. I do like her hair now, though. I will say that.
Don't worry, she's got help.
It's girl time.
Who run the world? Girls. Well, there you go. Okoye, she's just a soldier, right? There you go. Yeah. Valkyrie, soldier. No special powers. Shuri, smartest, like, 16-year-old sister in the world. Gamora, assassin.
Wasp,
no special...
Nebula.
No special
Wasp has a
powers. Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
more women than men have no special powers.
But Wasp has a suit, so...
Yeah, Wasp has a suit,
so. She's oh so important.
So you're wrong.
Just saying.
I also don't care about this scene. It's like, oh, all the girls are doing it. It's like, yeah, good.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like a feminist, let's throw in.
No, but I mean,
women.
like, people are like, oh, it's a feminist thing. I'm like, all you've had for like 80 years is all male heroes.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a shit if they've got 30 seconds in a 3-hour movie? Like, is that how petty you are in your life? It's feminism's ruining my movie. Your movie that's 99% men doing shit.
Yeah.
Stupid babies. Yes. Double hammer Thor. Now you say he has 5 of those hammers. Do you think he took the axe as well?
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
He must have. The axe seems a little bit trickier to steal.
Yeah, he's definitely got quite a few hammers.
Yeah, because he's been in 1, 2, 3, 6 movies where he should have been able to take a hammer.
This is quite funny where he tries to like get her.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, not today, love.
But then super smart move.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got Stormbreaker, 2 hammers,
He's
and
got
a costume from just Endgame.
Oh my
and
god.
he keeps trying to put them on his mantle, and his wife keeps telling him no.
Stormbreaker as well, nice.
Yeah, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, but
Yes.
We have a mini Mjolnir downstairs. And don't
no
think
way to talk
Troy's
about the
not
baby.
gonna get one. We've already got.
No, you should play a trick on the kid. When the other guy's old enough, like you get that special Mjolnir that's like magnetized to the floor with a controller. And, like, whichever one of you can lift it will be the worthy son
Or daughter.
or daughter. Probably the most famous reshoot of the whole movies. Because originally he doesn't say anything; he just clicks his fingers.
And then they were like, they can't do that. So an editor came up with bringing it back.
Interesting.
To the full circle. It's like, I don't know how they couldn't have done that, though.
Yeah, it's
like,
great.
that
it's
is
great.
like the most perfect point of this entire movie.
But if you want to hear the real full circle, he recorded that reshoot in the same building he auditioned for Iron Man.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's a hell of a day for a lot of people.
Like, just, it's completely mindfuckery.
Yeah.
How does that even happen?
And they, like, Spider-Man, they kind of, like, when you disappear, you don't really know.
Yeah.
But you must have some recollection, because, like, Spider-Man Peter has the whole thing of, like, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
Like, you can feel it happening to you.
Unless Hulk was like...
Well, that's what they were
Don't give
talking
him
about,
memory.
their spider tingle, or their Peter tingle.
Yeah.
They're saying, like, that's why he was able to feel it coming in, because of his superpowers, because he needs them to be a hero.
Right.
But he didn't have tingle at that time.
Yeah, he did, because his arms went up in Infinity War. That was the first time that we were talking
yeah,
about
but
Peter
it was
tingles.
still basic tingle.
No, but that's the first moment that
he got full tingle in the next.
If you think about this, it's kind of Tony being a bit of a sadist. He made sure Thanos went last.
yeah, that's true.
He's like, I'm gonna make sure you see everybody else go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all right. It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah.
No, this was another thing, is that it was just going to be, like, he wasn't going to say anything when he died.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No quips, no nothing, just everyone else's reactions, basically.
Which I think it works
Yeah,
better.
you can't have him saying something right now. You can't. He's just processing. Oh, Peter already lost one dad. He's going to lose another one, and an uncle. All the men in his life.
There was another complaint I saw. Well, it wasn't a complaint. It was a joke of like, Peter gets the most time to say goodbye rather than the wife and mother of his child.
Yeah.
And somebody did it. It was probably you, Leah. Commented underneath going, yeah, but nobody likes Pepper.
It's true. The less screen time she has, the better. I'm just saying.
She probably wasn't even there for that. That's not her arms.
She didn't even know she was in Spider-Man Far From Home.
It's just called one of those.
She didn't even
face
know.
swaps.
Like, if you don't even care about Marvel, like, don't be in it.
I wouldn't say that, but she's got too much goop on the brain.
Too much vaginal cleansing and douching, whatever she's doing. Useless.
Like, if I was going to complain, they're like, oh, these people don't know who these characters are. They didn't read 40 years of comics. I was like, there's probably 0 people in this movie who read all comics before this came out.
Yeah.
That's true.
As long as they do a good job. And she's
Didn't.
middle of the road.
Yeah, it's alright.
Could have been better.
She's perfectly serviceable.
In all the moments where she's supposed to be crying, there's not even a tear.
Yeah.
Not even a tear. In the beginning, when he comes back from space, like, she can't cry. She's probably just thinking about all that face mask.
She had too much kale. All her tears dried up.
Too much kale.
Probably.
And his chest is out, and now he's a dead man.
The light has gone out.
All
they
you
have to
can
put
hear is the fire.
Now they have to put the gems back.
See, like,
Imagine that. Somebody just grabbed it, clicked, and made all the gems blow up and disappear. Screw you guys. I'm the king now.
Loki comes back.
Yeah. Loki just zips in with the Tesseract and then zips out.
Matt Damon.
So now this is another thing. It was the same, like you mentioned earlier, with Lord of the Rings and like lots of endings, but you kind of earn it. Like, if you make this many movies and you make it this long, it's like everybody needs to have a finale.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, this one's fine. It doesn't stick out at all.
This
Lord of the
movie
Rings
does not seem
took him
long
10 minutes to
me
get
at
down
all.
the staircase, doesn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
The blip.
he? The blip.
Aww.
I do appreciate in Far From Home, they're kind of just like, it's a movie, no one cares. So it's like, yeah, everybody that was in our original one, they blipped out, now they're blipped back. That's why they didn't name it. Moving on.
Yeah.
San Francisco finally cleaned up their garbage.
I don't know. You don't actually see the street.
No.
It's probably just Ant-Man shrank it all on his porch. So their house is clean.
Oh. They didn't even know each other was gone, really, though.
It's an appreciation thing, I guess.
Yeah.
So Shuri disappeared. He disappeared. His mom, maybe.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Okoye is the only one that we knew didn't.
Yes. I guess it's just like when half the world comes back and you have to explain to the other ones.
Yeah.
You're just like, it's been 5 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it would make more sense for the people that were left to be crying, and the people that came back are just like, the fuck was that?
He's going to tell his wife that he's just killed about 300 people as well.
Yeah.
Be like all these tattoos and this new haircut.
It's possible a few people might be after us.
Yeah.
Like, see, still
I'm
no
in a lot
tears.
of trouble.
Still no tears. So useless. She looks frightened. In this, I mean, I feel like they could have done a better send-off instead of
What?
proof that Stoney Tark has a heart. Stoney Tark. I mean, on a pond, like, you don't get rid of that. Someone you love dies, you don't put that in the middle of a pond just to, like, go to the bottom of the pond.
They'll joke about that in another film. There'll be like 3 films through.
Where'd Neri go? Is he still there? You're a little staticky. Very staticky and quiet.
Oh yeah, you've gone down.
Some interference.
You say you're switching a microphone or you're... Oh, okay.
I can hear you. Not great. Michael Douglas. See, Nebula stays with them. She didn't go with Gamora.
That's right, yeah.
That better? You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're back now.
Yeah, I can fix the edit. This I don't care.
God. I don't know why they did not like win a costume design because like these outfits are just gold standard. I'm sorry, but they are wonderful. Like Carol Danvers' suit, like this is fabulous.
They are good clothes.
Sorry, but like I don't. Why do they not win Oscars? Because they're freaking comic book movies. That's not
Pretty much.
That's not good enough.
Yeah, probably.
Like the just the makeup, the design, it's beautiful.
Oscars don't mean that you're a good movie. Oscars just mean that you won an Oscar. That's what I've always heard.
Yeah. They're, it's changed.
No.
I like that they got a moment too. You kind of forget that they had this whole thing.
Yeah.
She's an Avenger because of him. He's there because of her brother.
Yeah. He also helped, bring her over to the non-Accord side as well.
Yeah.
He saved her from the Avengers headquarters from Vision. Not like saved her, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, he got her out and helped her.
Yeah, because everyone tried to keep her there.
Yeah.
Cheeseburgers.
She likes the cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers.
Yeah, I wonder if someone's gonna lean into her in like a future franchise for something.
Possibly.
Okay.
But it all comes down to whether or not, because at the very end of this, they have that hammer clanging sound of Iron Man,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, is there a new one, or is there somebody else out there? And then
Yeah, that's from the cave. Well, that boy showed up at the funeral
Yeah.
from Iron Man 3, too, right? He was very smart.
yeah, there's people speculating, and then
And Happy and Far From Home and Spider-Man, like, I feel like Peter Parker can be, like, the next, like, smart.
they're definitely
Home.
they're turning Peter less stupid kid and more into like, oh, he's actually super smart genius kid.
Yeah,
'Cause
which he always was, because he went, yeah.
But he never had there was never a space for that character because they always had the Iron Man guy.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, he's mentored him. Now he gets to be the guy who has the money
Yeah.
and the suits.
Because that scene in the plane with Happy looking after him while he's basically turned himself into Tony, that's just beautiful too.
Yeah.
That was like goosebumpy.
And that's a full Iron Man moment there of like, I'm gonna redesign
Yeah.
this suit.
And
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna need
yeah.
this, and I gotta do this, and let's add this to it. And Friday, let's move this around, or Karen, whatever.
Well, yeah, he looks at him and he's just like, yeah, this is...
Yeah, and you can just, yeah.
See, I can see why
Just
he
makes
chose
him happy,
you.
yeah.
So.
He is like his ward. See, he's looking for Gamora, searching.
It's confirmed that Thor will be with these guys as well.
The Asgardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the name of a comic, just so you guys know.
I did not know that.
All right, so I see the Drax, I see the Rocket, I see the Thor. I don't see the Nebulas.
Nebula comes in because they're talking about the knife fight
That's right.
to see who should be leader.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ta-da! Bam. When she was at the funeral.
Shut up, Quail. Quill.
God bless.
So he must have 2-3 movies left in his contract.
Who?
Hemsworth.
Quill?
Or did he? He must have signed a new contract because he started the same time as
He
Evans.
started the same time as Evans, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was like a year between Captain America and Thor. Actually, Thor came out before Captain America. And he's had as many movies as Captain America, so he must be on a longer than a 10-picture deal. It wasn't until the second time I watched this, I think it was Al pointed it out to me. Oh, no, I was just watching it again. And
Yeah.
when Bucky's like, see you around. Or I'm going to miss you.
Oh, yeah. He knows.
Bucky.
He's got 2 more Thor movies.
Right.
Sorry.
And it's one of those things you don't notice the first time around because you just think, I'm going to miss you. You think it's a joke.
Mm.
And then when you know what happens, you realize, oh, he knows this guy so well. Nice throwback to Captain America again. It's just all throwbacks and foreshadowing and payoffs, Leah. That's everything you want.
It is. Stop nitpicking.
And it's heart and hugs.
It is.
You can't really nitpick
love.
this. Like I said, this is the biggest movie probably I've ever seen. With so much writing on it.
It's like a Sherlock ending, right? Like the original, like Sherlock Arthur, like it's everything just makes sense.
Yeah, everything comes around and everything's wrapped up.
And not in a way you even would have imagined it to, but it just does.
No. Like I couldn't have been happier with the Cap ending. It was just like, finally he gets to actually enjoy a part of his damn life.
Yeah.
After
for all he's done and all of his sacrifice.
Yeah, and everyone else is reacting and he's worrying and just Bucky's like, yeah.
Looks over.
Yeah.
There he is.
That's so cool though. It was like what, 85, 90 years? And he made sure that he knew exactly he was going to be sitting there that day at that time.
Exactly.
I wonder if Bruce is ever going to heal in the future movies.
I imagine so.
No, I mean, there'll be scarring because Thanos 5 years later had massive scarring.
Incorrect. It wasn't 5 years later.
No, it wasn't 5 years later.
5 years later.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. I wonder if it could be a thing of he turns into Bruce and then turns back.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I'm sure there's... Well, if they were able to create, like, Vision out of that skin...
Before we know, the
Ultron and all
angrier
that.
he gets or something, maybe it, like, regenerates or something, I don't know.
Goddamn, Chris Evans still looks good at 140 years old.
Gorgeous. That hair, man.
How old would he be? 65, 75, 80. Yeah, he's got to be like 110, 120 years old.
But he also has superpowers.
Well, he's got superpowers, yeah.
Oh, I know. He's got this.
Superpowers.
Yeah, the serum's definitely keeping him healthy. He could still
Yeah.
kick the shit out of anybody right now, I think.
Yeah.
So in the Falcon Winter Soldier TV series, there's a new Captain America.
106.
That makes sense.
He was born July 4th, 1918. 105 in Endgame. Whatever. Yeah, it was like 39 in Endgame.
Yeah.
Reunites, and then he's like 106 here. Somebody did the math. I'm not gonna.
Nerds.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful nerds.
I love nerds. Geeks.
There's another.
Aww, Bucky.
There's a behind the scenes, or not behind the scenes, interview with Chris Evans where he talks about how he ruined this scene for Anthony Mackie because he had the script and Mackie didn't have the script.
Oh right.
Oh, they were sitting down having a drink together, and that's how he told him because he didn't know.
Yeah. But he was like, at least I was the one who got to tell him.
Yeah.
And he started to like get emotional about it. He's like, really? He's like, yep.
We saw Anthony Mackie at a Raptors
game, yeah.
Seems like a good dude. He apparently he petitioned Feige for a good long time to get a role in the Marvel movies. Any role. And then he became Falcon. Now he's goddamn Captain America. Oh yeah, what I was going to say is in the Falcon Winter Soldier version, or the show, Steve has given him the shield, but there's a new Captain America that the United States government has created. The official, and then he's not the official one, and he has to kind of earn his role.
Stripes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it might be U.S. Agent, who's a cartoon character.
And this is always the song that he's listening to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Every time he thinks about her. So sweet.
Just gonna cry for a little bit. Just give me a minute.
His door's open. Like, his door shouldn't be open like that.
Yeah, the door's open. What the heck?
Actually, this is because this is when he went to her house.
For that dance?
Yeah.
Aww. Oh, they weren't even, like, married or anything? He just showed up at her house?
Yeah.
Aww.
That's what
that's emotion. Like, Pepper Potts can't do emotion. That's emotion.
Yeah, one scene she sells it. One shot.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And she does, okay. Aww. He's so happy. I love love.
I love love. You guys just talk amongst yourselves. I'm just going to be over here just crying a little bit.
Just crying for the next.
It's just
10
wonderful. Like, that's what you need. Justice League, where's the love? Where's the heart? Where's any of that crap?
Yeah, it doesn't have the.
You don't have it.
The special sauce.
Yeah, all you need is jokes and action scenes, right? That's what makes a Marvel movie. It's like, no, what makes a Marvel movie is they actually care about the people and the characters.
Yeah, definitely.
And then they decided not to do an end scene for this either. So.
Like, I, like, grieved at the end of this movie because, like, I would never be able to see the Avengers together again. But at the same time, it was heartwarming and it made me feel happy because they did such a good job.
Yes.
Unless you're Neary, in which case no movie is ever good enough.
No. But like I said, in terms of what this movie had to do, not just end a story.
No, exactly,
it had to end careers. Not like end careers, but end Marvel characters.
Yeah.
And that's something you've never really seen before. For me, like as a comic book guy, like comics just like reset every few years. We'll kill XYZ and then in 10 years he'll come back, or 20 years he'll be back, or whatever. But in this, it's like there'll never be another Iron Man in this MCU.
Yeah.
Because Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, that's how it ends. That's it. And if you brought somebody else in, everybody would be like, what are you doing? It's not like James Bond, because these movies still exist in their own continuity.
Right, yeah.
So somebody came along dressed as Iron Man, Spider-Man, would be like, what are you doing? Where'd you get that from? That's Tony's.
Yeah, no, it'll never work.
No.
This is scenes from throughout all the universe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Black Panther. That's Iron Man 3.
2.
Yeah.
2.
Doctor
whatever.
Strange. 2.
Happy.
Oh no, that was 3 with Happy.
Portman.
Aunt May.
She wasn't in this.
Yeah, she was. She was in the funeral.
Oh, she
sure.
got a credit for standing. Awesome.
She probably got paid like 50 grand. Natalie Portman couldn't do that
Yeah,
for
Michelle
50
Pfeiffer
grand.
did.
But like Sean Gunn and all that, he wasn't in it. They're doing the whole universe, aren't they?
No, Sean Gunn's Rocket.
Oh yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah.
He plays just the CG, like the green screen version.
Yeah. Yeah, they're giving a goodbye to the whole universe.
Yeah.
And now they get this is the same as Star Trek, the original Star Trek the motion picture.
So then they got the originals with their signatures.
Yeah.
That's what
I've not watched the credits like this, actually.
No.
I have.
Yeah. This signature thing, I remember seeing this in Star Trek the motion
That's
picture
cool.
with
Yeah.
the Shatner one and Spock.
Right.
So at the end of it, like they came
That's,
up and they
an
signed.
old photo.
No, that was from like Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
When she was like the pretend assistant
Yeah.
to Pepper.
Short hair.
I think they're showing images from when they were in Avengers, like the first movie together.
Yeah.
The first movie that they all appeared in, I think.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Each appeared in.
And there's the first Captain America,
Yeah.
the first Avenger.
And then bearded Chris Evans is so hot. Your fans are gonna hate me.
You think we have fans?
You think we're big-
Those two guys that listen in their basement or something.
You mean me with my
Whoever-
fake profiles?
It's true. I give you most of your views when I'm at work. Just put it on and let it run.
I mean, that's probably the 10th time I've seen the film, but still just as awesome.
Yes.
No, I watch it often because no word of a lie, Troy loves this movie. He loves Iron Man. He loves the Avengers. He's 2. And he knows that Hulk smashes. He knows all of it. We've turned him into a Marvel fanboy.
Good. Better than
He will
me.
never watch a DC movie ever. And we can make sure of that. As parents, that's our duty.
Why, you don't want to take him to see Birds of Prey?
No. They had to change the name of that movie because they thought that was the reason nobody was watching it.
It's the name. Not really. People are just bored of your
No.
movies.
Yeah.
I love that it's like Groot, Vin Diesel. It's like he really had a massive part in it, you know.
Hey, he did it all, and then he even did it all in different languages.
Was that
Every single I Am Groot is a different I Am Groot.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a lot of I Am Groots.
The other cool.
I read it.
The I am
Still
Groots are always
probably
written.
an hour's work though.
No, and I read somewhere that like a university professor said you had to take like a character and create an essay based on that character. So somebody picked Groot, and their entire essay was I Am Groot. And they got like an A on it because that was it. That
Because
was
the
their.
professor was a geek. So.
Well, I don't even think they said Marvel character. They just said any movie character out there.
I would have given him an A as well. So
Yeah, because he did.
yeah.
He did what was asked of him.
All right. Well, that was Endgame.
It was the best movie ever.
It was 3 hours, but it went super quick. Like, I feel like when we watched Wolverine, Paul, I felt like that was an entire day.
Oh God. We're still watching it.
Yeah.
It's still taking
Or
our
like
lives.
your Spider-Man, the one that where even your microphone like cut out on you,
Yeah.
or the computer.
Well, that was just me.
Computer was just like no.
That was just me unplugging
Computer
it. so-
says no.
Yeah, this film
Well,
is
thanks,
something
uh,
else to just get all this done and get it wrapped up after so many years.
Oh, yeah.
They did such a good job. And when you think about it, this movie, like, well, add Infinity War to it, right? Because they are just one continuation of the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically,
So
six,
that is
6
a
hours.
giant,
almost, so.
long, like that is like Titanic back in the day on VHS came in 2 VHSs. This would have come in like 20.
Yeah.
VHSs, those were the days.
That was like the first movie that ever came out that was that long, and it had to come out on 2 VHS.
I don't remember.
And Braveheart. Braveheart was on 2 as well.
I don't remember that. I remember games. There was Final Fantasy, and it came on 3 CD-ROMs.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We're just telling everybody how old we are now. It's like, I remember when I was with Steve Rogers during the war. We danced with
1918.
Carter. Well, I appreciate everyone listening to us for 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
I apologize for all my feminine additions to this movie.
It's alright, your mic wasn't plugged in anyway.
Yeah.
So.
We're using the same one.
I know.
It's just me talking to myself.
This is pre-recorded. So. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and thanks for sticking through the 3 hours.
Hopefully this gives you something to do during this pandemic.
Or 5 hours if you did Infinity War and then this one back to back. That'd be awesome.
That's true.
Ooh, we should do.
True, yeah.
We'll be back with another podcast this week.
Yeah, we'll do another podcast, and then we'll
and
also
a baby,
and we'll get some ideas for some more commentary as well.
Yeah,
I mean, there's loads of films. I mean, there's the Spider-Man one we just talked about, but it might be nice to do like a ranting one actually.
Yeah, there's been a few crappy movies lately we should get into.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have some good requests on your comments of which ones to do.
That's true.
That they want to hear, that your fans want to hear.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
all 3 of them.
Lockdown, we'll try and get another one out next week, I guess.
Yeah. It's it's plenty of time.
Yeah.
Well, after we get home with the baby.
Yeah, the baby can join in first.
Oh no, you guys can do it. We'll bring the Yeti to the hospital.
Yeah, perfect.
Alex can do it while he's waiting.
All
right, well,
thanks everybody.
Thanks again, guys,
Leah, for joining us.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Marvel, for giving us 10 years of entertainment.
Best movie ever. No matter what Neri says.
Yeah. No matter how much I try to bring it down, I can't. It's just too good.
All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot. Stay safe, stay indoors, and we'll catch you on the next one.
See y'all.
Bye.